What up?
The USA are the world champs.
Eat it, Mars.
Champions of the whole entire
Eat it, Mars.
world.
Eat
The
it.
men and the women's national team have brought back gold, and USA as a whole has won the Olympics with a total of 126 medals. And Mars might say we didn't technically win because we tied China with 40 total gold medals, but we got the most gold medals with China. How are we feeling about this, fellas?
I mean, not shocked at all.
I was actually more shocked about Team USA women's. I didn't think that game was going to be as close as it was, but
that was a good game.
That was a damn good game. 100%. That was a good game. And Asia Wilson, I can't really talk about her. I'm not gonna go overboard like Ox, because Ox gets wild sometime with it, but I'm not gonna go overboard. But Asia, she is fantastic. The thing we don't talk about nearly as much with her as we should talk about, the fact that she runs the floor. Anytime that ball comes off the glass, whether she rebounds, whether they get a steal, doesn't make a difference. A missed shot, she is running. And she puts so much pressure on the defense. As a big, when you doing that, you disrupt defenses so much. And that's not even talking about her half-court game. When they get her in the half-court, whether they get her on the nail, whether they get her at the free throw line, doesn't make a difference. When she's running the floor, that puts so much pressure on the defense. And Ox, when I get Asia on the wing in the meat and potatoes of the game, Jackie, if you don't get your ass out the way and let her go to work, Jackie, if you don't get your ass out the way and clean that right side of the floor out and let her go to work, because she is not giving you the ball on the block with 2 minutes left in the game. Get out the way and let her get to work, please.
That's crazy because Jackie should know the routine. So that's just crazy. Like,
she really should, Ox. But as far as Team USA, I mean, they were fantastic. They were winning the game. Steph Curry, he saved Team USA. Well, they were winning anyway, so it wasn't like they weren't winning the game. He just stamped it more than anything. He's fantastic. That's really all I can say about him.
Well, he made 4 threes in a row.
Was it 4 or 5?
That was crazy to watch. And they just gave him the ball. There wasn't no plays for real. They just gave him the ball to score. It was wild to watch.
That's the difference, though, Gifted. Knowing that, right? So Steph Curry comes down. Like if I'm watching James is the lead guard. He gets the ball to Steph. They blitz Steph. Steph gets off the ball and gets the ball back to KD. KD goes right back to him. Like, don't let them off the hook, because you know he got it going. He's got that kind of game where once he sees one go in, once he sees 2 go in, they did the same thing with Anthony Edwards, right? They did the same thing with James. So if this isn't something that they just did with Curry, like all of a sudden Curry's
you don't feel like that won them the game, Chill? Because they were up 3. Remember, they were up 3.
Sure.
Then they went up 6, and then they scored again. And I think they went. You don't think that blitz from Curry is what pushed them over the top to win the game?
I think it was backbreaking, no question about it. But I don't want to take away from the fact that they were winning, though. They were already winning the game.
Yeah, by 3. So. But how much time was left when he hit that first one? 2.5 or something? 3?
I think almost 3 minutes. Yeah. It was almost 3 minutes.
Well, I think I don't think France had like any real offensive firepower to win the game, outside of Yabusele having tremendous game.
He played well. Yeah, he played very well.
Dunked on them. I'm telling you, if I was that, you wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't stop talking about that the rest of my life. On the Olympic stage, I dunked on LeBron.
Man, them clutch vans coming through.
Well, in totality, shout out to USA, and also shout out to France too for bringing home the silver medal. USA beat France 98 to 87. As LeBron said, the Avengers were assembled to bring home gold. And similar to the semifinals game, Steph Curry basically put his cape on and said, "I'm bringing this gold home. I'm taking this personal, and I'm going to end it right here." When it got to the clutch, with it being within a couple possessions, with like 5 minutes to go, the chef decided to cook. As Swiper said, he hit 4 threes in a row to put France to bed.
What was your favorite one, Ron?
Come on, I don't think it should be a question. What was that was the play of the Olympics.
The last one?
That last shot. That last shot over double team.
He got it. He passed it to LeBron, got it back, took one dribble to the left, decided to cross over and then step back to the right or sidestep to the right, had two people draped all over him, closing out to him.
That was Fournier and Batum, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, they're used to that. They know what time it is.
To see Batum drop his hand, when he hit that, to see Batum drop his hands, like, what am I supposed to do with that?
No, the French bench, like, bro, the way that they reacted to him hitting these shots was so crazy to watch, because it's like in 2 games he made 17 threes. He hit 8 threes in both games.
70%.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
I think
insane.
the biggest for me, Ross, the one with the I think it was the kick out, because Booker, remember they swung the ball all the way to the corner, and Booker drove to the rim and then kicked it back out to Steph. I just thought, like, everybody just knew ain't nobody else shooting this ball but Steph. And by any means necessary, we're going to give Steph Curry the ball. And I think for Booker to have the foresight and the passing ability to get it out, and then Steph, man, the most dangerous pump fake maybe ever. Pump fake, step to the left. I literally got up out of my seat as soon as he pump fake and just walked across the room, chill. Just walked across the room. Everybody knew what was going in.
Was he not supposed to get MVP?
Hold on. We'll get into that.
I definitely want to talk to that. I definitely want to.
Okay, bet.
Swiper, in light of him, the pump fakes that you said, I think he pump faked on all of those threes, except for the one where he did the step back, and even then he had to pump fake, pass the ball, and get it back. But
he
all of
was
them,
here. Yeah, he did. He went here and then went there. Yeah,
a lot of relocation on it and all that. Yeah.
So they were heavily contesting him, but Steph Curry is just Steph Curry. And chat, in light of the chef cooking, I'm gonna put this on the screen for you.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code PlayersChoice50 at factormeals.com/PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
All right, let's get into it, fellas. Ox, you had a question for us?
Yeah, and mind you, like, everybody relax. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk, y'all. I just want to talk.
Don't jump on my man. Relax, yo.
Yo, open the door. I just want to have a conversation. I'm asking a simple question. Was Steph not supposed to be MVP? I understand. Oh, everybody, he played terrible. He only had 2 good games. Like, and mind you, the reason I'm cool with Bron is because that game against Serbia, Bron stepped up big time too. Like, it wasn't like Steph only. Like, I think Steph really, did his thing and won in that game, but I think Bron had a great game against Serbia too. If it wasn't for Bron switching on, guarding Jokic a lot down that stretch, and pushing the tempo the way he did, I would feel like Steph got robbed.
So 2 things, Ox. Number 1, when was the Olympic MVP? And I'm asking a genuine question. When was the Olympic MVP a thing? Is this the first time? I never heard of this before.
I never heard this like that.
2004.
Come on,
2004.
So
Manu won it in 04.
Okay.
No, Manu won it in 04, and then they didn't do it in 08.
That's what I'm saying.
12 or 16.
Wait, they skipped it?
Yeah, they skipped 3. They skipped 3. Then they brought it back they brought it back for the Tokyo Olympics. KD won it.
Yeah, KD won that one.
And then
KD did. Okay.
Okay, right.
Yeah, well, so I'm asking, like,
so Manu, KD, and LeBron,
the
3
that was
greatest
the
Olympians
first time.
of all time.
So it wasn't in 2000.
Okay.
when I say top 5 shooting guard.
So it wasn't in 2000. They didn't have it. In 96, that wasn't going on.
Damn, so it began in
Shout out,
2004.
Manu.
Okay.
There's only been 3 Olympic MVPs ever.
I didn't know it was a thing. I'm
Manu's such a game changer. Such a game changer.
I did not know it was a thing.
But like, I mean, if so, I want to ask y'all, if Steph would have won the MVP, would that have been an issue for y'all?
No,
I wouldn't say an issue. I just think that Steph would have won it for the performances in the semifinals and finals, which would have been earned. Those would have been earned MVP. But I think if you're just saying wire for wire, who was the best, most important, integral player to Team USA's success, it was LeBron. But LeBron was not better in the final moment in that last game because Steph, as always with Steph, when he has these shooting performances like this, then it just puts him in a different tier, like the effect that he's having on the game as a whole. So I think Steph could have won it and had a deserving argument, but just for what he had to do on, and again, I don't want to say both ends of the court to minimize the offense from Steph, but I'm saying the playmaking, the scoring, because LeBron was their leading scorer. Mm-hmm. He was their leading assist man. Mm-hmm. And who led them to steals?
Derek White.
He was their leading rebounder too.
And he led them in rebounds.
Yeah, he was their leading rebounder.
I knew a wing would lead them in rebounds. I tried telling you guys that.
And
who was LeBron?
Yeah.
Steph passed James in scoring after these two games. He literally just passed him. He also led them, and I mean, I know we talk about numbers, but James led them in PER too. So with that, I know
where are you getting those numbers from?
Right. I mean, I know, but
yeah.
With that being said, we can't forget who Steph was 6 of the 8 games. We're talking about a guy who was barely shooting over 30% from the floor, under 30% on the long ball. He was not good in these Olympics, but he's got that kind of game where he can make you forget about all of that stuff. That's how good he is. Once he turns that thing on, he can make you forget about all of that other stuff. That's why he's so good. And especially when he does it on the stage that he did it in the semifinals and in the finals, where it comes in droves with him. So he's just so good. I think that James deserved the MVP, even though I didn't know it was a thing. But I think he deserved it off the strength of what he had done collectively. I mean, we were sitting up here a couple of weeks ago talking about the old man had to save us against South Sudan. That's what we were up here doing. And now here we are, Curry talking about doing what he did in the semifinals. So I think James was all around, had the better performance in the Olympics.
Chill, you heard what Anthony Edwards said. he told Steph Curry, you just showed up to the Olympics 2 days ago. Right after they won gold.
Right.
But shout out to Steph. He showed up when it mattered. Gifted, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with LeBron winning it because of the amount of games. I hear that, but I do feel like what Team USA was as a whole, the highest pressure games were the last 2 games, and that's where Steph really shined. Like, I'm sorry, to score 17 first quarter points when you as a team scored 23 points and Serbia scores 31, if he's not like carrying that offensive load through those 4 quarters alongside Joel Embiid, alongside LeBron James, they're probably deep in a hole. So to me, it was either Steph or LeBron, though. I didn't think there was any other guy who could be there and have that actually make sense.
I mean, it wouldn't have, I think from MVP, I think it was LeBron or Steph, but Gifted.
Yeah.
Most maybe the player that was the most impressive, though, outside of that was probably D-Book.
No, Booker is an unsung hero, man. He played his role to perfection. He actually really defended well. He shot the ball well. He passed well. He deserved to be in a lot of those lineups, and he deserves a lot of credit with that.
And Booker, he showed a lot of flexibility too. Like Chill, just like his ability to play on and off ball. He'll assimilate to any role possible.
Right back to those Kentucky days and all that.
Yeah, I'm talking to Ox specifically as a coach. I know one thing, Ox. Despite all his talent on that floor, I know that them 3 coaches on the sideline, like, I don't care who we got in the lineup. Drew Holiday need to be on the floor. Drew Holiday need to be. We'll figure out everybody else.
He played well too, Chill. He played well too. Yep.
Right.
I noticed that they made sure they made minutes for him. He need to be on the floor. We'll figure everybody else out as the game goes on.
Chill. Remember, people said he shouldn't be on the roster when he got announced.
Yes. There were people.
They said they should have Kyrie on the roster over Drew, given the responsibility level.
There were people who were saying that, but
Yeah,
Spo, Coach Ty Lue, and Steve Kerr were like, "Okay, we'll figure out the rest of the lineup." He just the thing that I've always dug about Drew Holiday is that he does the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
But not only does he do the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, how good he is as a ball defender, just on ball and a disruptor. And the fact that he can score, he's a baller, 100%. He's one of those guys that's, we'll figure out the rest of the guys. He's necessary, though. We got to figure out where we're going to find minutes for him because he got to be on the floor.
I don't know how hot of a take this is, but to be honest, I was more impressed with what Drew was able to do offensively than defensively. I think he was still good, but I still feel like he had a lot of moments where he got caught having to fight through the screen. But offensively, he was one of the more consistent players in terms of shot making for Team USA. And that was very, he hit a lot of his shots.
He did.
Which
that even the behind the back pass to Steph early on in the run.
Bruh,
he's a better passer than people remember. But y'all remember Yabusele would try to post up Drew and he did get Drew one time. Now he did get Drew one time because he stepped. I don't know if Yabusele can play in the league. I would love to see him get a shot though. But he got Drew hard in his back. He knew we could not leverage him, so he stepped in left and then spun back baseline and was able to find an opening. But I mean, Drew Holiday is just incredible. Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis. I think LeBron, Durant, and Steph. I mean, just very consistently really good over the course of this run. And that meant a lot. That's what carried them to a victory.
Yeah.
Hello, Mars.
I kept saying that those three, if those three are on the floor, that offense is just hard to stop when you have all three of those guys. And then on top of it, Joel Embiid playing his best basketball towards the end was also very needed too. He was tremendous in that Serbia game.
Oh, yeah. When you have a guy
Don't do that face.
When you have a guy like Drew Holiday who plays within himself, the thing that I notice more about Drew Holiday as these Olympics go on, he doesn't do anything that he doesn't know how to do. If he's open, he's going to shoot. If you open, he'll pass you. And I know it sounds like something small, but when you got a guy that plays within himself on the crew, that guy is necessary. So when a guy like Drew Holiday, who's wide open, he'll shoot. He knows when to shoot. He knows when to pass. He knows not when to foul. Those are the things that are necessary for a guy like him. And I feel like that would explain why he's on the floor as much as he is.
Mars, are you here or are you waiting for your Steph Curry moment?
I'm here. You guys just talking. I don't have to butt in. It's the Americans' time to talk.
Well, we would like to hear the Europeans' perspective on this whole
He's not European. He's not. He's from England. He's from the UK. That's where Mars is from.
Okay, we would like to hear the international perspective, Mars. Can you talk to us about this game though? What stood out to you?
France needed Killian Hayes. They needed a guard. They needed a guard. I don't know why we acting like they needed Killian Hayes.
Mars, is Killian Hayes better than DeColo?
Hell no.
No, DeColo played well in the final.
Remember, I tried to tell you about
Ain't no way in hell, Chip.
That man was bad.
Absolutely not.
No, but
I'm still taking him over Killian Hayes, respectfully.
The thing about it though is I don't know why the coach wasn't just playing DeColo. I'm telling you, I've seen DeColo get EuroLeague MVP, lead the EuroLeague in scoring. I'm telling you guys, and I'm not lying. I've seen DeColo do incredible things on the floor. Like, why is this dude not in the NBA?
Who does he play for, Ron? Who does he play for? So when he won the EuroLeague MVP, who did he play?
He played for Fenerbahce and he played for Asvel.
Okay,
but also, and Asvel is actually in Paris, and that's Tony Parker's team.
Okay,
but with that being said, he's 37 now, so that could have kind of went into
that is the reason, man. He's old. He's not what he once was.
He
wasn't even playing. He wasn't even playing well in the tournament until the final game. Like, he couldn't buy a basket. But then he played well in the final game. That's cool. Now, Killian Hayes would have been better than Frank Ntilikina, but
get Ntilikina off the floor, Mars.
But that's besides the point. So
Ntilikina's
play well versus Canada.
Good for him. They needed Killian Hayes.
No, that's not hard to do when you have Jamal Murray in front of
you. So yeah, Team USA won like anyone with a brain knew they were going to do. Shout out to Serbia and France making it close though. I can say that KD went comfortably. So shout out to Serbia and France. But I think you guys covered everything. Steph closing the final game with one of the worst shots I've ever seen. But when Steph's shooting, it goes in. I guess you can't say anything. But when you got KD and LeBron wide open on the wing and you shoot a step back fading three over a double team, it's not a good shot. But he made it. So shout out to Steph.
Is that Maul's question? Is that shot worse than Damian Lillard's shot over Paul George?
No, because they were up when he shot it.
Okay.
But it's a horrible shot.
Them two dudes were wide open.
Yeah,
but
wide.
He had it going. He's when he got it going like that, you got to go to him. You have to. But I'm sorry to interrupt you. Keep going.
But yeah, so Steph, shout out to him. The Serbia game was amazing from him. That's also just a very, very good game in general. That was a great game.
That was a great game, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the semifinal and final for Team USA. It was very fun games. But I wanted to ask, in terms of the world catching up thing, that's been like the narrative and whatever. And USA obviously won gold again, but it was closer, like in terms of the final game and the semifinal. How many Team USA teams would you have to go back to find one that would have not won gold in this Olympics?
That would have not won gold? 2021.
So does that mean the world is only 3 years behind USA?
I don't even think the world or countries individually.
The countries, like individual France, Serbia, whoever. Are they only like 3 years behind?
So this is I thought about this because Gil, they talked about this. They did that world thing again. And just for Serbia alone, Serbia was what, 3.5 minutes away from beating Team USA? Like, they had a feasible route to doing so. And then let's just say LeBron, KD, and Steph, or LeBron, KD, and Embiid all had great 4 quarters and did their job. Like, I mean, the difference was they won by, what, 4 points? It was 95-91. So I think for me, that's where I'm coming to, where it's like, I think people, when I'm hearing people, Mars, talk about like how there's this big gap or whatever still, like, you know, people are laughing or whatever, like, well, that's what they're supposed to do. I'm just like, but they were in dogfights though, like the last 2 games. Now this last game, they got blown up by 10. You know, I thought they would win by double digits, but I mean, just over the course of this run, we've seen South Sudan give them issues because it's not about talent. I think it's more so, how do you optimize athleticism and skill, and can you deploy a good enough defense versus Team USA to make it close? And Serbia put a zone out there and said, you can't get to the rim. We're going to limit half of your offense, and then we're going to go on the other end. We need to hit buckets. But again, on a single game sample size, I think the U.S. would dang near sweep everybody. But if you're saying in a single game sample size, like how big is the gap? I think that this Serbian team this year could have beat 2021.
I don't mean to hate on like all of the other teams, but I mean, in single games, it's like the reason why the Serbia game was so close is because of the 3-point variance, right? And like how many shots that they made there. And I kind of want to get on Steve Kerr a bit, because a lot of our problems in those spots were the rotations and guys just giving up great shot quality. I feel like talent-wise, they're not catching up. I don't see that.
Keep going. Keep going. Gifted. Don't let him off the hook with that. Don't.
Like, I don't understand why you see Anthony Edwards come in the game and he's a liability. He's not really making the right reads either. You have Jason Tatum sitting there, not playing, by the way. Tatum wasn't good overall in his minutes. I'm not saying that, but the length and the size that we had was not played in the right spots. You had a lot of overtly small lineups, and you had guys basically trying to figure things out. The plus minus when LeBron and Steph were not on the floor continued to be very abysmal, and there was no real fix to that, especially when they ran zone against the Bam and AD front courts, which looked dominant in the exhibition games. To me, if you say catch up, like, what are we talking about? Because again, if you just hit more threes than me, are you better than me, or are you just hitting threes on a game? Like, that's more so variance than you actually catching up, in my opinion.
When I think about catching up, Mars, I immediately think about the NCAA tournament, where I see that 14 or 15 seed win a game or two in the NCAA tournament, and then we don't hear from them again. France was actually in the gold medal game 3 years ago, so it's obvious that they're building a program that's going to be competitive, very much like what happened with Spain. I always reference Spain in the late 2000s, right? But then they kind of go away. Meanwhile, Team USA, you know, is still belting out more talented guys. And I think that's where the separation is. I think the coaching and I think the game I think the coaching in the game on the other side with us and them is catching up to them. See, I feel like in the past, we were just beating teams because we're just better. We're more talented. I feel like we have better athletes. I think now with coaches like Spo, right? With coaches like Ty Lue, who see what the international game is, and they see what the action is, the IQ of these guys. I feel like that's going to be more of a separator for us than the talent. Because again, when I think about teams like France, is Joker going to play in 28 for Serbia if they qualify for the Olympics? I'm not sure. We'll see. But if you look at Serbia's talent pool, I mean, what do they have in terms of young guys coming up? Like, what does Spain have? Germany looks like they're going to be viable. I think the separator more is going to be the X and O's and catching up to them that way.
100%.
That's what 100% said, right? About, and then KD obviously came at him too because he's a troll. About Dennis Schroeder saying that the European game isn't about, it's not entertainment, it's all about IQ and the game's smarter and all those things. And then obviously KD was like, we were entertainment and IQ. Shout out to KD. But like, I don't think you guys are gonna lose for a while. Like, okay, not lose. I don't think a country is gonna be as good as USA for a long time. But I do think the possibility of losing is increasing each tournament. Some of that is because the way the game's changed, just relying on the three ball. A game where USA don't make any and a team makes a bunch, you can lose. Back when teams were only shooting 9-10 threes a game, that variance didn't really exist. So you could just be better than someone and you would win. But now with that being a part of it, I think that's a factor. And then also I do think teams are just getting better. Like France, 4 years from now, that's a 24-year-old Wemby. That's
oh my God, Wemby at 24, man.
that's maybe an Alex Saw, depending on what he does. That's a Bilal Koulibaly, who's going to be 24 himself. Yep. Nolan Traore is a French guard who's coming in. He looks really good. Tijan Salam was just drafted number 6. I don't know what he's going to be.
Respect the number 1 overall pick.
Zachary Sachet?
Yeah.
He's around. Yeah, shout out to Zachary.
And the guy
that's crazy.
Miles, but the guy that you talked about that wasn't on the Olympic team. I mean, Yabusele is evidence that, you know, he wasn't very good in the league. And then 3-4 years later, we see him in the Olympics, how much better he is. Well, could that be the same case with Killian Hayes? Killian Hayes is a young guy. Could we see a better international version of him? I don't mean an NBA player. I mean a better international of Killian Hayes in 4 years.
Possibly, but like that's not me saying France are going to win in 28. I'm just saying I think the possibility is increasing.
Sure.
In 1992, I wasn't around, but I think it didn't take a genius to figure out USA was better than everyone. They were just going to destroy everyone.
It wasn't close.
And then as time goes on, then 04 happened. They lost, and then it was like redeem team. But even that final game was close against Spain. Like the teams are gradually just in a single game elimination. A team can win. I just think the chances of that happening are getting bigger each tournament. So that's all I'm saying when it comes to catching up. I don't think anyone's going to actually be better, but in a single game elimination, I think the possibility of USA losing is getting higher. So.
If I'm not mistaken, guys, if the gold medal game in 21, we didn't smoke France in that game, if I'm not mistaken. That was a good game also. It wasn't as close as this one, but I remember KD doing what KD does late and having us pull away. So, Mars, to your point, when you're talking about 1992, where we hadn't seen that kind of the world hadn't seen that kind of talent as a collection, the gap is closing in terms of competitiveness. So you got the 08 team in a dogfight in the gold medal game. You got this team, this French team, in a dogfight in the gold medal game. That's way different. I would think that over the course of 30 years that the gap would close, and I think I'd like to think that it has.
Well, from what Gifted has said, and even Mars spoke on it too, like Gifted said, well, they just made a bunch of threes. Isn't that what basketball is now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yes. I mean, that's what we're doing in the NBA. The team shoots 53, so well, that team's better. So I mean, you know, like that's what's going on now. So it's kind of like I get what y'all saying in the variance, but when you start playing that way, that makes it to where one game anything can happen. If you go cold for one game, you could lose to a team that's far inferior to you.
I mean, but that's when you're cold, like good coaching is supremely emphasized, because when you're not winning those margins, when you're not having the right rotations to maximize the team in those spots, you're more prone to losing at that point. That's why the coaching is very, very, very integral, in my opinion.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to France. Wemby, we've spoken him, and we know that he is soon to be the face of the NBA.
That hezzy on Joel Embiid, Ron. Woo.
Wemby had 26, 7
nice.
rebounds. He had a big tip dunk to cut the game to 3 late in the game with 26.
Yes, he had 26. Yes, he did.
God,
Yeah.
okay.
And this is obviously in the gold medal game, the biggest stage in
He
the
had
world.
3 threes too, right?
Team USA. Yeah, he went 3 for 8.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't know he had 26.
And don't think Ron, that he didn't remember that 70 that Joel Embiid put on him last time he saw him. Don't think he don't remember that. 100% he was thinking about that when he saw him. Yes, he was absolutely.
Embiid might do that again in the NBA.
Now, Ron, to your point, him being the face of the NBA, are we there now where we're gonna have an international player as the face of the NBA? Are you sure that?
Wemby's gonna be the face of basketball.
Are you sure about that?
The
reason why I'm asking you that is because I'm on record. If Giannis was from Chicago, he'd be the face of the NBA. I'm sure about it. But the fact that he's from Greece, I think that's a little bit different. Why isn't Luka the face of the NBA? If Luka was from North Carolina, would we be talking about him different?
It's because LeBron still exists. Like that.
100%, Mars.
Giannis or Luka. I doubt Jokic, but Giannis or Luka or maybe even Joel. Like someone would have been a face of the NBA if LeBron just retired like a normal person would have retired by now. He just is still going, and he's still the biggest name in the game. LeBron, the reason why no one is the face of the NBA is not because they're for it. It's because no one is bigger than LeBron James. That's it. When LeBron's gone, it's open to anyone. If Wemby's that guy, which he probably will be, it will be Wemby. If it's an American guy, it will be the American guy. It's not about nationality or race. It's because LeBron decided he wanted to be a top 10 player in the league at 900 years old. So guess what? LeBron's the biggest story in the NBA for 20 years now.
Even if he is still, Mars, if James was from Cameroon, if James was from Nigeria, would he still be that?
Yes.
LeBron is LeBron.
No matter what. No matter where
LeBron
he's from.
has been LeBron, though. If that's the same thing with I mean, there's been international prospect had they boomed like that, then even who I hadn't seen in a minute, y'all, who I saw a video of Mars the other day, a soccer player. Remember Balotelli?
Yes.
I don't know.
He was huge for
Italian
a little bit. Huh?
I was telling Joe he was an Italian player.
Okay. Yeah, he was huge, and then he fell off. But had he taken off where I thought he was going to be, then he would have been a different kind of player. And I think LeBron, the thing is, no matter where he was from, when he was 15 years old, he was already the best high school player in the world. And then by 16, everybody knew he was #1 draft pick. And then by 17, he was a phenomenon, getting a Hummer in college, the chosen one, in front of the ABC Slam magazine, all that stuff. He was talented.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Swiper. Does that happen if he's coming from Argentina? Does that happen?
Chill.
They did it for Wemby. That's what Wemby's French, and that's what they did. Remember, he was playing overseas in France. The NBA started broadcasting his games on the NBA app because people wanted to see the 7'4" guy shooting step back threes.
Right.
The NBA decided to make the whole lead up to the draft about Wemby, the best prospect we've seen since LeBron, because it's not about where you're from. The game's gone global now. It's a bit different than it was in 2003. So I can understand that difference. Right. But no matter where you're from, they're gonna push whatever's appealing. And a 7'4" dude shooting step back threes, missing and put back dunks from his own 3-point shot. People want to watch that. So the NBA said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to ride this money train that's Wemby, and we're going to push him before he's even in the league. That's what they did for LeBron, the chosen one, broadcasting his high school games on national TV. That's what they did for Wemby. They started broadcasting French league games that no one was watching before. No disrespect, but no Americans were going out their way to watch French league games. He wasn't even in the Euro League. That's the thing. Last year before the NBA, he wasn't even in the Euro League. He was playing French division, French League One. That's what he was playing, and that's what they were televising because it was Wemby. That's the level of hype he came in with. That's why it doesn't matter where he's from. They've already decided Wemby's that guy, so they're going to push Wemby for sure.
But he also exceeded the hype too.
Keep going.
Wemby's the most intriguing prospect, international prospect out of any of these guys. I mean, big love to Dirk, big love to Tony Parker, big love to Pau Gasol, big love to Jokic, even Giannis. Wemby, when it comes to his story, his work ethic, the way he looks, the way he plays, it's completely different than anything we've ever seen. And quite frankly, at this age, it's just better than all of those guys.
Ron, you think him having black people in his family helps?
No.
Having what?
If he was a white dude, 7'4", doing all of this stuff, might help him. I don't know.
It'd be a different kind of messaging. It would be different. It would just be different.
I think what helps Wemby though is like the fact that he actually has like real dog in him too. Like he wants to play in between where like, okay, I can play on the perimeter, sure, but I have no problem dunking on people. I have no problem blocking shots. Like he wants that, and his personality kind of matches that as well. And also, like, if you're really that player, you have to exceed your expectations in your first season. And Wemby by far did that. By the way, on a team where he was playing limited minutes.
Yeah, it depends who you talk to. Some said he had to average 25 or he'd be a bust. So it depends who you talk to.
Really? Oh,
yeah. But I think he exceeded my expectations there, offensively in particular.
Also, Yabusele chimed in and had 20 points. It was his breakout game in the tournament. Well, not really.
He earned it 10 days.
He had 3 straight breakout games.
He did.
No,
he was just
he
great
hooped for 3 straight games. Yeah,
he was just great.
Very good.
It's not even a breakout anymore.
I'm with Mars on that.
He had a breakout tournament, should I say? I think he had 17 against Canada and then 20 against Germany, or might have been 20 against Canada, 17 against Germany.
He led them in scoring against Germany. I know that.
He was very integral for France, and I've seen Yabusele. I remember Yabusele when he was drafted because I remember they had some good comparisons for him, and they were talking highly of him when he got drafted to the Celtics. He wasn't really that good, but he actually wasn't that bad. He just didn't really get playing time. You know, the Celtics have been stacked for the last 10 years in terms of just their depth. Well, 9 years. But I remember him going back over to Europe, seeing him play a lot over there. He actually played better in his tournaments than he looks in Europe, which I'm not saying that that's a knock. Over there, you actually have a role. On this team, it was kind of like they had to find somebody to go, and he was the guy that was able to go. But I do believe that he can play in the NBA as a stretch 4, 3.
Is he tall enough to be a 4?
How big is Yabusele legit? How big is Yabusele legit?
That's the problem. That's why I think he didn't.
I don't know about stretch 4.
What is he, 6'7", 6'8"?
No, he's like a tween. He was heavy like a 4, but he was smaller. It was like Grant Williams type body composition.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Grant.
But he doesn't shoot the long ball.
He didn't shoot like Grant Williams.
That's why I can't say he would be.
Yeah, but at the time he didn't. That's why I don't think he sucked. He was a tweener in size. He didn't shoot the 3 particularly great. He was too slow-footed to play the 3, but he was too small to play the 4. So where does he fit? I think that's the problem he had. But now if he's a legitimate shooter, which I don't know his overseas numbers, but he's been hit. So
I was going to ask, how real is his shot now?
He can knock it down. I'm not out here saying that he's a stretcher. I'm not out here saying that he's going to shoot you out of a game, but from the games I've seen him play, he's knocking them down.
Ron, the analytics merchants would never allow him to be in the NBA.
Why not?
Off the strength of what, Ox?
The analytics. The numbers.
The numbers.
That's it.
Even if he's gotten better.
On the court, he a menace, man. He bad. He could play ball, but you know.
The numbers.
He's definitely one of the 450 best basketball players on the planet. I'll say that, and I'm confident in that statement. But like I said before,
Gifted, did you say he has bad VORP?
I don't know what his VORP is.
I can check his VORP, but
Yabusele VORP. Let me go look at this real quick.
His career VORP is actually a flat 0.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. So, but yeah, and I'm comfortable saying he's one of the 450 best basketball players on the planet. But being in the NBA doesn't mean you're one of the top 450. It's about the role you can play, and does a team think he fits the role better than someone who's clearly worse than him at basketball, but they might fit the role they need better than he does. And I don't know how real the jump shot is. I don't know how he plays defense in a more spaced out game that's faster paced. I don't know how he does all of those things. Like, so fit in the NBA versus actual being good at basketball, I don't know how well it coincides for him to be an NBA player. But I would like to see him get a shot for a team. I don't know who, but I'd like to see him get a shot.
The way he was in there mixing it up with AD, Bam, Bron, KD,
he looked very good.
Guys, it's no way that he should not get a spot on the roster. And that's the thing I like about him the most, is that he legitimately is a bully that will leave his thumbprints on the game.
The motor, Ron.
The motor is ridiculous, but also too, he's versatile. He'll get out and run the floor. He's athletic. He's almost that Zion athletic, where it's like, now I'm not saying he's as athletic as Zion, but that dude where it's like, bro,
big
how
body, big body.
How are you this big, moving this quick?
But Gifted,
getting
this
these
is
rebounds,
this is how we get tricked, though. This is how we get tricked, though. Gifted.
I agree. I agree with you.
This is only 3 weeks, right? We can see a guy get busy in 3 weeks, and
every time an Olympic play, we see Dennis Schroeder hoop, and he's not that in NBA.
He got tape though.
But he can play. He can play in the
NBA. He got tape. These guys aren't just going to go based off one game.
First of all, Ron, again, what is he? 6'6", 6'7"? Is that correct?
6'7", yeah.
Okay, so that's a 3. That's a 3 stretch 4. What can he bring to a unit? I'm thinking about, let's say the Bulls. Like, let's say he got on the Bulls. I ain't even gonna say the Bulls, because the Bulls, I think they're out of the play-in.
We'll take him still. We'll take him.
Okay, what does he do on Sacramento? If you put him on that Sacramento,
Trey Lyles, yeah.
As fast as they play, does he stretch the defense well enough for them? Does he defend for Mike Brown? How about rebounding? This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, Ron, when I talk about a guy getting on a crew in the NBA and what it's going to take to fit on that crew. Because it's not like they're just going to throw him on a crew and turn him loose like you turned him loose in the Olympics. That's not going to happen. He's not going to get on the Toronto Raptors and it's going to start running action for him like they do with the French team. No, he's going to have to do other stuff. The question is can he do that other stuff with Charlotte? Can he do that other stuff with Memphis? Which I think that actually be good with Memphis.
That actually is the type of player he is. He's not the type of player that gets plays drawn up for him and stuff like that. He's the type of player, once again, I'm going to kind of say Zion again. Like, they did recently start drawing up plays for him, but really it's just like we let you off the leash and you go out there, you get rebounds, you get loose balls, you get tip-ins, you get steals, you get fast break dunks, you cut and get backdoor layups.
You sound like a Memphis player to me.
That's what I was thinking.
I see Memphis a lot in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a $2.5 million buyout from Real Madrid that's active right now. So we will see if that ends up happening. But Team USA has won 17 out of the last 21 Olympic gold medals with a record of 143-5. So shout out to them. As of right now, we kind of
what are all those losses?
Earlier. Or what? My bad. Did I? 143 and
they lost to Greece,
Puerto Rico, Argentina.
They lost to Argentina. This is just
they lost to Germany, right?
Yugoslavia. Did they not lose to the Yugoslavia? And they lost to the Soviet Union in the 70s.
72.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Look at me now.
50 years.
Yep. We got robbed at that game too, by the way. They didn't even show up.
I think Doug Collins played in that game.
Yeah, they didn't even show up for the silver medal.
All right, these are the leading scorers from this Olympic Games. Total points scored. At number 1, we got Nikola Jokic with 113 points. Number 2, Ox, it's your man, Franz Wagner, with 111 total points. At 3,
Bogey.
it's your man again, Bogdan Bogdanovic with 110 points. Shout out to Bogey. At 4,
he gets busy in international play.
This dude gets
busy. But he gets busy in the league, Jill.
He does.
You dragging it.
What are you talking
about?
No,
he does. Yeah, he does.
Dennis Schroeder's cool.
He don't be getting
14
busy all the
points per
time.
game, 15 points per game, playing in the league in the right role. That's
he's solid. Dennis Schroeder's an NBA
solid.
player.
Getting busy to me is not no.
Yo, as a league guard,
if he was a backup guard for one of these teams, like for the Bucks right now, or for Denver right now, or for one of these players, he would be a very good backup guard. He's just starting in a dog water situation right now. So
respect the Nets. Respect the Nets. They making the playoffs next year.
Yeah, respect.
No, they're not.
They are not.
The Wizards better than the Nets, bro.
Hell no. No, they are not. No way.
All right, Dennis Schroeder. Moving along from Dennis Schroeder, we have, with the same amount of points, 103 is Dennis Schroeder, is Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he did it in 4 games.
Ox, I know the paperwork is out on Giannis, and I know the indictment has already been drawn up. Has the warrant been issued yet, or no?
No, it's too early for that. You know, it takes Giannis some time. He breaks down, but I'm hoping he stays healthy this year. I'm looking forward to a great year for Giannis. I'm talking MVP level, which I mean he's always MVP level, but you know what I'm saying. Like I'm looking for a real MVP run from Giannis this year.
All right,
it's the year of the Antetokounmpo. Remember, I said it.
The Nassus?
Victor Wembanyama in 6 games had 95 total points. He's next on the list.
I just like Vic's attitude more than anything. I
love his attitude, man. Yeah.
I'm nicer than all of you.
Love his attitude.
I love Vic's attitude. I just do, man. And that's going to translate to the NBA. I just hope he ain't made of glass. That's it.
Next, we have Steph Curry with 89 total points.
And 60 of them came in 2 days.
Hilarious, man.
What we doing?
He was not good.
Hilarious.
What's happening right now? 60 of them came in 2 days.
17 made threes in 2 games, bro. 17.
That's Steph Curry right there. Steph Curry.
That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Steph did that, though, because a lot of people were starting to talk shit. They were saying Steph fell off, this, that, and the third, and then boom, 2 games later. Oh,
I don't think anyone is going to forget the shots he hit, man, in this Olympics. That was wild to watch, man.
Damn.
Next is LeBron, your 2024 Paris or France Olympic MVP.
Best American player in the sport.
With 85 points.
I'm wondering how much longer.
Might have been a robbery.
I'm really wondering how much longer is James really going to be around?
He's going to be at the next Olympics and the one after that.
Mars, stop playing, yo.
Hell no.
So in the summer of 2028, he'll be 43.
Okay.
Diana Taurasi and Lauren Jackson played this year, so
Okay,
I think KD gonna be there.
Does not get off the bench. Y'all expect James in 28 to be nice like this. Don't act like because he's there, he's just gonna be a figurehead like Lady.
I mean, he's the oldest player in the NBA, and he's a top 10. Okay, I'll say top 15 just so no one gets mad. A top 15 player on the planet. Like,
okay.
Let's say, okay, wait.
Let's stick with the top 10, Mars.
Let's say top 10, Mars.
no,
Okay,
someone's gonna be like, he's 11.
So Mars. So let's move forward 4 years from now. More Miles, aged, more younger talent, better talent coming into the game. Is James playing on an Olympic team in 28? What's going to be the expectation of him? Now, remember, Mars, before you answer that,
we got to go 4 years away already.
But before you answer that question, we're still talking about a guy who's arguably today a top 10 player. That's what we're arguing now. So if he's still a top 10 player today, 4 years from now, he'll be still in his early 40s, which I can't even believe we're having this ridiculous conversation. But 4 years from now, he'll be in his early 40s. What's the expectation on James, barring injury?
Win the gold medal. That's it. Win the gold.
Now I'm talking about him specifically. What's the expectation? That's it.
As long as he's going to be the leader of the team, no matter how much he plays, Udonis Haslem role. Win the gold, no matter what, whether he plays 7 minutes or he plays 17. Win the gold. Like LeBron James at 43, the way it's looking, he gonna be what? A top 50 player in the NBA? Like, this man ain't never gonna be trash. Like, at worst, we just put a 6'9" guy in the post and he just sees the whole court. Like,
he'll always be able to pass.
At worst, like LeBron won't be a bad player, especially when he only has to play 6 games.
Right.
Now, 82-game season, playing 3-4 games a week, yeah, okay, there's going to be a decline. 45-year-old LeBron, if you tell him he only has to play 6 games in 2 weeks, he'll be better than most of you guys' favorite players. Like, he won't be bad at basketball.
That's where the trick comes in.
He won't be bad at basketball. Like, I refuse to believe him. Kevin Durant will never be bad at basketball. 2 Olympics from now, when he's 44, he could go out there and he could still just hit some spot-up jumpers for you. Like, KD will just never be bad at basketball. Like, those guys, it won't happen. So if he wants to play in 4 years, Team USA definitely ain't saying no. And he won't be a liability. I can promise you that. It's only up to him. If he chooses not to play, that's on him. He might be retired by then. But if he chooses to play, he'll be valuable. In some way, he'll be valuable.
Can you turn this, bro? I don't like how LeBron looking at us.
And also, I would like to mention, and I haven't heard anybody speak on it, that this is the greatest we've ever seen LeBron on a basketball court.
It's the oldest he's ever been.
That's probably why, Ron. Yeah,
hey, chill. That
might got something to do with it.
Them grades was popping.
Yes.
And he still went out there and was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this.
He for real look like Unc. He look like Uncle out
there.
Yeah,
he might look a little older than Unc.
100%. He look like Uncle LeBron. Yeah,
that's true.
But shout out LeBron. Went out there and did what he does best. Next we have Gershon Yabusele. In 6 games, he had 84.
Yeah, that's
total
crazy,
points.
man.
We just spoke about him. He was France's unsung hero. And then last but not least, with 84 points too, but he did it in 4 games. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know exactly who's next. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shai was hooping too.
Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah, had shot chuck because nobody else in teams to score.
Yeah, Jamal Murray couldn't score. RJ Barrett
Especially Jamal Murray. God, he was awful.
Don't say no one else on the team could score. One man. He was meant to
score. Jamal Murray shot like, I think what
if you're gonna reference it, say 29 and 14.
I think it was like maybe 12% from 3 or something like that.
14%.
14%.
Oh, my fault.
Wow.
What's that? 2 for 14? 2 for 14 from 3?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Now, Swiper, is that a small sample size? Again, we're talking about the Olympics. We're talking about a 3-week tournament, and I'm really not playing nearly as much as I would be playing if I played when I played in Denver, if I played in the NBA. I'm not playing as much. So because I'm not playing as much, is this indicative of who I actually am? I don't think so.
Oh, chill. No, of course not.
I don't think so.
He shot 42% from 3 this last year, shot 41% the year before, shot 41% in 2021 when he was healthy. So no. Small sample size, but he also needs to get better too. I mean, it's a both and for me. I just don't think
and I've also heard the logic. You know, he was hurt. I'm not buying that. That part I'm not listening to. That he was hurt. Well, why is he out there?
Well, he wasn't 100%. I mean, even the coach said
because he wanted to play. He wanted to represent his country. That's why he was out there. I mean,
but he also needs to get better. So that's what I'm saying. It's both and. He needs to get better. He was hurt. You shot like trash. You needed to play better and score better, but you were hurt and laboring. So, but that's been Jamal since 2018.
Do you think that's going to track with them into the regular season?
No, I don't think he's going to shoot 14% from 3 in the regular season.
Not 14%. I'm talking about him being hurt.
Yeah. They have 8 weeks till training camp, so probably not. I think it's 8 weeks. What are we, August, and then October, basically 30th is going to be the opening season. So October 29th to about 70, or are we 71 days, 70 days away from the opening of the season. So no, I think he'll be healthy by then, but that's not Jamal Murray's. That's not going to be the questions about Jamal we're going to be wanting to ask by that time.
And since we're on the subject of guys getting hurt, Embiid, how long are you shelving Embiid?
I'm not. Just go ahead, Embiid. Do what you want to do.
You're giving up. Just let him run.
I don't know. He played the Olympics, so maybe I'm just, maybe I'm going too far. I might be going overboard with it. Chill. Embiid might be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just, maybe I'm being overly cautious. I have no idea what's going on, but it just looked like he was kind of laboring at first. It looked like that big cast looked like an issue. But I mean, that game against Serbia, you seen he was playing fine down the stretch. He looks like he's moving fine. Maybe, I don't know. He's
just big and he's just laboring.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It could just be something like it's just natural now. Like he might not be hurt, might not be injured, but he might kind of have like a natural, I don't want to say limp or something going on now, but it might just be normal. That's just how he moves now. So, like I said, I could have just been taking it too far, hyping and being over cautious. He could be fine for all I know. I mean, he played.
He really had one good quarter too. I mean, one like really good quarter, but that's why you
would that be that fourth quarter against Serbia? Yeah, that would probably be it.
Yeah, he didn't play well the game before that. Didn't play well, and this last game was getting cooked in this last game to start the game off. Played 11 minutes, I think, or whatever else it was.
Yeah. So Swiper said it. I didn't, Swiper said, not me. Maybe he's just a bum.
No,
I'm not going.
Well, that's what you said, Swiper.
That's not what I said at all. I just said the same thing in Taylor. He just didn't play well in the Olympics, but he's still a top 10 player.
Fellas, I'm gonna step in and we're gonna go ahead and transition. I would like for you guys to salute yourself, chat. You guys hold it down every single episode. You guys already know what you bring to the table. You guys are the real MVPs of the panel and Players' Choice in general. With that being said, as the MVP, do your job, B. Like the video, send some super chats, subscribe, and also become a member. But shout out to everybody that's watching this video. Salute to you guys. And once again, make sure you hit that like button. Let's go ahead and change gears to the other team that won gold. The women's game was a whole lot closer than anybody would have imagined. Team USA pulled it out 67-66 in a not so vintage performance by the US ladies, but they still got the job done to win 8 straight gold medals. They were trailing by 10 points in the third quarter, and A'ja Wilson and Breanna Stewart decided to dominate the boards and make things happen and take care of the paint. And A'ja Wilson finished with 21 points and 13 rebounds. And the women have the longest win streak in Olympic sports history.
Ox, I'm going to say it right now, and I'm not going to waste any time with it. Get Kelsey Plum off the floor. I can't handle her in defense. Get Kelsey off the floor. I'm watching her, and I think it's incredible. As good as she is, that's actually on the scouting report. They go after her. Specifically, they go after her. Of all the players on Team USA, they specifically hunt her. Now, I said what I said about A'ja Wilson being able to run the floor. People think that's some elementary logic. It's not. When you got a big like that that's running the floor like she does every play or almost every play, how that sinks the defense and allows Sabrina, allows Jackie, allows Breanna, allows Stewie, allow these guys to operate on the wing freer than they do. That's a huge thing, as opposed to when I'm watching Joel Embiid stop at the three-point line when he's running the floor. How much he would sink the defense if he actually ran to the rim regularly. One, he'd get the ball more if he ran to the rim. And two, he'd get these other guys on the crew a lot more wide open looks. That's why A'ja is so effective. That's why she's so necessary on the floor. Not just because how good she is in the mid-range, not just because how good she is on the box. That's not why. It's because stuff like running the floor, stuff like stop and pop, that's a big deal for her, man. That chick Williams for that French team, does she play in the WNBA?
She doesn't. And she needs to be on a roster expeditiously. But I think it's not a talent issue, though. I think it's something that has to do with her, the club that she plays for in Europe. They didn't want to release her, or a team didn't buy her out. It was something. It was a contract dispute. But I know she has been in the WNBA, and I know she needs to be in the WNBA.
Remember they had made some rules. They changed up the rules in the WNBA for playing like with overseas clubs and stuff like 2 seasons ago. I'm not exactly sure of all the details, but I know they changed some rules up over there, making it harder. But remember, we talked about that though, Chill. We talked about France being I'm thinking France was really the only team that could get with us. I wasn't expecting this though. Like I wasn't expecting this. I still thought we was going to, take care of them. But I felt like France was probably the only team that could really get with us. But back to Kelsey though, Chill, like she gets picked on in the W too. Like that's not and we talked about that earlier this season too. Like she is the one on defense that you go after. And it's obvious why. She's smaller, you know what I'm saying? She competes. I think she's a dog. I think she competes. I just don't think she can do it. Right. And like they go after her in the W just like they've been doing or they were doing in the Olympics. It's not, I don't think that's anything new. A lot of times Jackie has to save Kelsey. A lot of times. And A'ja at the rim too.
Right.
But speaking on A'ja too, though, like you said, guys like Joel, AD, a lot of these guys could learn a lot from A'ja. That's why she's the best. That's why she's the best basketball player in the world.
She be getting to it, man.
Yeah.
That's why she is the best basketball player in the world.
Her legacy will be cemented if she can come back during the season, win unanimous MVP, and then somehow three-peat. That would be a wild run.
The problem with winning it unanimously is, one, with the New York media and the Liberty being as good as they are.
No one's close though right now in the race.
But the fact that they got Stewie, who actually won it, I think she won the league MVP last year.
She's been awful though, Chill. She
hasn't been good. No, she hasn't been good. But the fact that she's in New York, and Vegas, as good as they are and as good as she is, it would be difficult for her to win it unanimously. You remember because that was A'ja's MVP last year, and A'ja made Stewie pay for that too. You did say that. And A'ja made Stewie pay for that in the finals. And if anything goes wrong this year, she's gonna make everybody pay for it again. That was my.
I don't think she's gonna take any votes away from A'ja if A'ja continues to play how she played when the season, From then to now, it's not a conversation. If she maintains that, it's not a conversation.
Now, Gifted, I won't argue.
Because Jonquel was playing great for them too.
Jonquel was hooping too. Jonquel was hooping too.
That's the one person that
I don't think Asia has action at unanimous MVP. I think I don't see her getting unanimous, but I think she should. If she continues to play how she was, I think MVP is hers. Right. But I don't know if it's unanimous. I do think we gotta, pay attention to how good New York was playing this year, and Marina Mabry going to Connecticut. I think that shakes it up.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's as I had Vegas kind of as a shoo-in for winning it. I don't know now. I'm not sure.
So when we get this Olympic team back in 28, right? So, okay, Taurasi's going to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Griner's going to be gone.
Chelsea Gray.
Okay, Chelsea's going to be gone. So who replaces because I think Asia comes back. I think Kelsey comes back. I think Jackie's back on the crew. I think Angel Reese is going to be on the crew. I think Caitlin Clark is going to be. I think she's going to be on the crew. Juju in 2028 because she'll be in the WNBA at that point.
This is the full list of players because somebody B-ball breakdown put out basically the U.S. is might not be winning golds for a while. What he meant men's, and then somebody corrected him women. So from Twitter, the team by 2028 show at the guards will be Jackie Young, Caitlin Clark, Juju Watson, Kelsey Plum, Paige Buckers, Sabrina Ionescu, and then forward centers. Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston, Angel Reese, Brianna Stewart, Cameron Brink, and Nafisa Collier.
Mm-hmm.
So they would basically be running the table.
Hey, that team's better than this team today.
Yeah, I mean, Juju, Paige, Caitlin, Jackie, and Sabrina would wash.
And I'm saying that projecting, but Juju's undeniable. Paige is undeniable. Mm-hmm. Caitlin is on her way. That team beats this team this year.
How old is Asia in 4 years?
30, 32, 31, 32.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she gonna play.
She should still be the best player.
She's gonna be on that team for sure. Yeah.
She'll still be the best player in the NBA. WNBA. I'm sorry.
Who's starting a guard, Chill?
Who's starting that guard? Juju is starting at one of the guards. I think Caitlin's starting at the other guard.
So Juju.
I think Caitlin's the best lead guard in the game in 4 years.
Yeah. So Juju. So think about that. So then, if your guard rotation, say you have 5 guards like the men's, basically, Caitlin, Juju, Paige, Sabrina, and one of Jackie or Kelsey. One of Jackie or Kelsey.
The only reason why I'm not saying Jackie Ox is because she's going to be a little. Well, how old is Jackie? She ain't that old.
No, Jackie's younger than Asia. Jackie's like 20, 26, what, 24, 25?
Because Jackie, Jackie like Drew Holiday to me. She's necessary. We can figure out the rest of the rotation.
We want Jackie on the squad.
But we got.
My thing is, I think we got. Is Kiki not American?
Kiki.
What's up? Is she? I think she might be Jamaican.
Oh, okay. I always think you're talking about Kiki Rice. You talking about?
Is she Jamaican?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay, and then on top of that, like Madison Booker coming too, y'all. Like it's a lot of players, man. Madison Booker coming too, bro. Like
Ox, man.
That league expansion is needed.
Nice these next couple years. Yeah. It's really about to be nice in these next couple years for the WNBA. Salute to all the college players that are up and coming. Salute to all the players that are making a name for themselves. And 2028 is going to be a special time for the WNBA. They could very well go ahead and win 9 in a row. But I do want to once again shout out Gabby Williams. She was really the MVP of France's women's team. Kind of led them
not just that game run. The whole thing.
No. She got first team All Olympics.
Okay.
And so I'll put those on the screen a little bit later, but she got first team All Olympics on the women's side. So shout out to her. She'll be seeing her in the WNBA very soon. I know she played for the Storm last year, but we should be seeing her again, if not this year, next year. But she had 19 points, led them in scoring. She also made the go-ahead basket. I know you guys seen this. In Kevin Durant on Brooklyn versus the Bucks fashion, where she made the 3 to tie the game, but she had both feet on the line. So it ended up being a 2. Well, she didn't make the 3. She made the 2, but it was very close. Y'all seen this?
I did. Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Sure did.
I did.
That was a wild time. Yeah.
Ron, I was flabbergasted. I hit you and Ox yesterday while I'm watching this game, and I did not expect France for it to be this close. They were way more physical than I thought. They had more action going on, and
they wanted that.
Yes, and they got on the glass. Like, okay, sure. Asia turned it on in the second half. Like, all right, listen, I'm the best player in the world. Let me stop acting like I'm not. She definitely did that in the second half. But in the first half, they 100% brought the fight to Team USA. 100% they did.
But chill. Was it Ox?
Can't hear you, Ox.
muted.
Can't hear you, Ox.
If France women win, that's crazier than France men winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be as big as a story, but it would be a bigger upset. But I also do want to say, was it France bringing the fight to us, or was it USA just not playing up to par? Now, it's a couple reasons why I'm saying this.
Yep.
Team USA went 2 for 12 from 3.
Mm-hmm.
Only shooting 12 threes is crazy, but only making 2 is even crazier. Mm-hmm. But they had 19 turnovers. And chill. Yep. I know you kept saying that, or you're saying that Asia is who she is in transition, and Team USA is who they are in transition. Chill, they only had 2 fast break points.
Unbelievable.
And I was on an Asia Wilson getting out the floor, and I think Kelsey Plum found her on a good outlet pass.
She ran more in the second half than she did. They found her more in the second half. And she got fouled a lot around the rim in transition.
Yeah,
so
okay.
And she definitely ran more. But in the first half, like you said, we only had 12 threes. The reason why we only had 12 threes was because they was guarding at the long ball line. How physical they were at the long ball line. How they made women like Kelsey Plum get off the peel, right? How they made Sabrina, because they know who Sabrina is. They know Sabrina was coming off that action on the right side, and they know how good she is shooting off the dribble on the right side. No, they were jumping her and making her get off the ball. So I thought they did a good job early in guarding the long ball line, and for them speeding up the game more than anything.
Also, Ron, too, I mean, kind of like what Chill alluded to earlier, and we know, like, running the floor ain't always about getting that fast break, you know what I'm saying, right. that fast break layup. A lot of times running the floor is, getting the defense engaged with me, so maybe you can get a trail 3, or, the lane opens up in a secondary break or something, a secondary break, you know what I mean? So, it's just more to it than just that, but two fast break points it's absurd. Got to do better.
You don't expect that.
All about creating opportunities, yeah.
Exactly, Gifted. So, I would just expect more steals. I would expect a couple blocks to lead the leak outs. I would just expect, them just to beat him up the floor a couple times. But shout out to France. They came to play. They made it a close game. They had a chance to send it into overtime. And ultimately, they got the silver medal. So shout out to the men's French team, silver medal. Shout out to the women's French team, silver medal. I'm pretty sure that they made their country proud. And they showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
But speaking of the women's national team, I got to give some props to the GOAT and give her a shout out. Diana Taurasi, she has 6 gold medals.
That's pretty impressive, man.
6 of them, fellas. And let's just take a trip down memory lane, because this is what the 6 looks like. In 2004, she got one in Athens. In 2008, she got one in Beijing. In 2012, she got one at the London Olympics. Shout out to Mars. In 2016, she got one in Rio. In 2020, she got one in Tokyo. And last but not least, in 2024, she came to Paris and got her
That is crazy.
6
20
gold
years,
medal.
yo. 20 years that this woman's been around.
Woo.
Now, she's probably past her time, and her getting on this crew was pretty controversial, but
shouldn't have been on the crew, but I get it.
Yeah, I get it too. I 100% get it. So I know the WNBA season ramps back up. I think Thursday,
bro. Thursday.
I think they get right back to
crazy
it.
to me.
Like, we got to get
Thursday.
Gold medal game was yesterday. I had to get on the plane today because I got to get back to work. Literally, I got to get back to work. So
keep in mind too, it's a lot of women that it was just this is just 12 women. You got a whole nother league that's here stateside.
Great point. Great point. True.
Shots,
yeah.
Sitting on their couches, like
well rested and all that.
Yeah.
We wasn't doing for almost a month. We wasn't doing nothing. Well, we were practicing and stuff like that, but we weren't playing actually. So, what is Diana Taurasi and her accomplishments like? What does she rank all time? Is she the GOAT, Ron?
I got her as the GOAT.
A
lot of people might not like it, but
no?
6 gold medals, MVPs, championships, all of that good stuff. Like
whatever you want to define.
Swipe, who's the GOAT?
If she's longevity GOAT, no problem with that. None.
What's the problem? The longevity logic,
which is fine. I'm not dissing it either. I'm just saying, like, if you're telling me at her apex right now, would I take over Maya Moore? No, 1,000. No, I would not.
No.
No, at her apex, still no. It's just not even.
When she was at her, let's see, she showed up in 2004, I think it was, when she showed up in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I think her best year was probably like 2009, 2010. That was probably when she was at her best from that time, from like 2009 to maybe 2013.
Yeah,
so better than Candace at her peak.
We saw her at her prime versus Candace Parker. She played versus Maya Moore. Remember, Tina Thompson and all them. Then obviously Cheryl Swoops was before her time, but Cheryl was crazy. Who else was something? I'm just going back to the 90s. Obviously Lisa Leslie and them.
Right. Cynthia Cooper.
Katrina.
McLean.
Obviously Cheryl Miller. We never saw. Whatever.
Right. Lisa Leslie.
Yeah. But even Brianna Stewie at her apex prior to the injury and all that stuff. Like Asia right now, she's one of the 3 best, probably. I mean,
Diana Taurasi at her best was not better than Asia Wilson at her best. No, she wasn't.
Is she better than Candace at her best to you?
No.
I agree. No.
I don't think so. She was not better than Candace. I think we could have a conversation about Lauren Jackson. Because Lauren Jackson, as a legit big, I'm a Sylvia Fowles stan though, so I'm a little bit different when it comes to Sylvia. I know that Sylvia doesn't get talked about nearly as much as other players do, but I'm a big time Sylvia Fowles fan.
And she's on the defensive list.
Thank you, Wizardo. That's why I jumped on to say show some love to Tamika Catchings, but Wizardo beat me to it. Right. Tamika Catchings, Cynthia Cooper, Lisa Leslie. You know what I'm saying? They definitely need that love.
Tamika, now hold on, Ox. It's a difference between showing somebody love and talking about them, and let's have an actual conversation. Tamika Catchings at her best, was she nice as Diana Taurasi at her best? Yes, for sure. Like, the thing about Tamika, she both ends of the floor. That's what I'm talking about. She locking you up on this end and giving it to you on the other end. I think Tamika is like more like the Kawhi Leonard style, you know, whereas it might not look all that great. You know what I mean? She might not be as fancy, as pretty with it, but she getting to it. She was a dog. So it wasn't appeasing to the eyes, but. I think Tamika went under the radar a lot.
But listen to this, chill. Look into Tamika. So to his point. So this is, and I know award stuff is janky. So her second year, this is her. She didn't play her rookie year. So it's by her second year, she was third in the MVP race, second, fifth, third, fifth, fourth, 15 shortened year for her. And then you had second, first, third, seventh. So basically from the start of her career to towards the end, she was basically one of the 3 to 4 best players in the league every year. Every single year.
Two more players that they're not the GOATs. They're not GOATs, but just to show them some love. Let's show some love to Simona Gustis and Angela McCarthy.
Simona Gustis was always one of them ones. Even she wasn't as good. Lindsay,
you're not feeling that.
She was better than Lindsay.
Not feeling that.
Better than who?
Simona Gustis is not in the same conversation. I understand you want to show love. We're talking about where Diana Taurasi and these other women.
I didn't say she was as good as Diana Taurasi, but she was. I know, but I just said that they're not the GOATs, but I just want to show them some love. But Simone could get with anybody. She couldn't get with Diana Taurasi. No, she couldn't. She was not close to as good as Diana Taurasi. No, she couldn't, Ox. She wasn't as good as Maya Moore. She wasn't. No, she wasn't. At the beginning of that Minnesota Lynx run, Simona Gustis hold on, damn Diana Taurasi. At the beginning of that Minnesota Lynx run, relax. I'm not even talking about Diana Taurasi. At the beginning of that Minnesota. Focus, Ron. Keep going. No. I'm not going. Stay with me, Ox. At the beginning of that Minnesota run.
Yeah, go ahead, Ox. We can hear you.
Keep going, Ox. I'm gonna fight you, Ron. I swear to God, I'm gonna fight you.
Why?
Keep going.
I'm trying to big up Diana
No,
Taurasi.
no, you're not.
talking about Simone Augustus.
We already passed that.
Talking about Simone Augustus.
We already passed
that.
Diana Taurasi. We already talked about Diana Taurasi.
More about Simone Augustus.
We talked about Diana Taurasi already.
She's not at the table, Ox. She's not having last supper.
She'll flip that whole table over. She'll flip that table to stop playing with Simone Augustus. At the beginning of that Minnesota run, she was the best player on that team. At the beginning of that run, she was the best player on that team. How long did that last? Season
2011.
About a season and a half. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Maya caught her real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like respect Simone Augustus though. Like
that's not because Maya Moore is Maya Moore. That's chill.
I didn't say that her. I just wanted to shout out because I feel like every time we talk about the WNBA, we never bring up Simone and Angel. So I wanted to say shout out to Angel McCarthy. Shout out to Simone Augustus. That's all.
Chill. Do you? I mean, honestly, what do you feel like? What do you feel like? Diana, and again, I want to be clear here. If I don't want to like press this until like we watched every single game of Diana Taurasi and Maya Moore in them, so I don't want to like press you in the box. But what do you think she does better than Maya Moore, like at her apex? She's better passer for sure, like better passer than Maya Moore. But I'm saying, let's say outside of passing, she wasn't a better scorer, not a better rebounder, not a better defender, wasn't better in the clutch. Like literally, Maya could do everything. And the only reason she wasn't a better passer because she, again, as he said, Simone Augustus and Lindsey Williams on that roster with her, so she didn't have to do all that. So, just bar to bar, if you telling me if she didn't commit her life to social justice to get her husband out of prison and say that I want to commit my life,
we wouldn't be having a conversation.
This wouldn't be a conversation. Like it really wouldn't. She got done at 29. Yes. If she would have gave you, let's just say she gave you 4 more years to 2022, 2023, just to be nice because of the pandemic year. She would have
4 more years of Maya
numbers. Yes.
100%.
Her last. Yeah. So
we wouldn't be having this conversation about her and Diana Taurasi. I'm in the minority because I don't think that Diana Taurasi is that far away from Cheryl Swoops. To be quite honest with you, I don't think that those two are that far apart. I mean, Cheryl Swoops was the epitome of a bucket. Not only was she the epitome of a bucket, she would also defend. She wasn't the ball handler that Diana Taurasi is, and in terms of a one-on-one player, I think Diana was a little bit nicer with the peel. But just as a pure scorer and a pure bucket getter, she couldn't see Cheryl Swoops as a bucket getter. I'm on record saying that I remember watching Cheryl Swoops for the first time. Like, I might need some help to cover her. This
is the gap. This is the gap with Cheryl Swoops. So I'm assuming the gap got to be larger with Cynthia Cooper, right? I mean, because that's my goal.
That's a good question, Ox. Because Cynthia Cooper, at the lead guard, I don't know if was there a better lead guard in WNBA history than Cynthia?
I don't know one.
I don't think so. To be honest with you, I don't think that there's a better lead guard. And I dig Pinachero. I thought she was fantastic, but I don't know if there's a better lead guard in WNBA history better than Cynthia Cooper.
In order to go that way, we got to start talking about Sue Bird, Tisha Pinachero.
Cynthia Cooper didn't start playing in WNBA obviously when it was incepted in '97. But guess how old she was?
She was, I think, 32 or 33, something like that.
She was 34 years old.
Yeah,
34.
Something like
she
that.
won MVP in the first 2 years.
Yeah, she was way past her prime when we ain't see the Cynthia Cooper that was. I think she went to Louisiana Tech, if I'm not mistaken. We ain't see that Cynthia Cooper, the one who just came out of school.
No, she went to USC.
No, yeah.
Who am I thinking about? Katrina McLean went to Louisiana. I'm sorry, Louisiana Tech.
Remember they did that. Remember they did that. Who had a better squad? If you put them together, USC or UConn. And
I don't remember that. No, USC had a bomb squad with Cheryl.
Well, USC had Cheryl.
You got Lisa Leslie, Tina
Thompson. Did Juju make that list by the time she done?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
Yes.
But over who? Tina Thompson, maybe? Because she would be the worst on the list.
Well, Tina bigger than Juju.
So just the best 5. I'm saying best 5.
Better shooter than Juju. She ain't making it over Cheryl or Cynthia.
No, she's not.
Or
Lisa Leslie either.
Nah.
Those are locks right there. Those 3. Those 3 ain't moving. So you can get now the other 2 spots. We can figure that out. But those 3 not moving. Wow.
All right, fellas. Shout out to the ladies. not just the ladies national team, but in general, because they really held it down for the USA in totality. The women won a total of 26 of Team USA's 40 gold medals. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and swipe through this and see some of the good ladies that did justice for our country.
Mars, how big did you say Simone Biles was? You said she's less than 5 feet tall. I know
she's like 4'6".
Oh, I was gonna say like
4'10". I don't think 4. I think she's about 4'10".
Okay, 4'6" is crazy gifted.
Yeah, 4'6" is
that's a little ass chick.
4'6" is insane.
We got
4'10" is crazy, but
I know a 4'10" woman, so like, but it's feasible. You can live with that. But 4'6" is like you're
not 4'6"
small person status.
Pretty low. Yeah.
I went back and watched this the 400 hurdles, Ron.
Yeah.
Don't even bring her up. This
ain't even
hard.
fair.
Yeah. And I told people try to say that Femke was going to keep up with her.
No,
she's not even in Femke, and she's the second. Oh, she's not second best now because what's the name got second, but just Sydney and Simone Biles are so far ahead of everybody else in their collective sport. Like it's not even literally everybody's fighting for second. She beat everybody when she did the 400-meter hurdle. She beat them by 0.6 of a second, and she ran her leg in the 400. This is why everybody's asking her to go run an actual free 400. She ran a 47 400 with her leg in the second leg. And Gabby Thomas and Gabby who won the 200, she got a 49. Sydney McLaughlin is a freak.
Ox, I'm watching on the turn. You ever see cars on the freeway where that one car is just right next to you, and then all of a sudden, pew, it's just gone. That's what happened to her on the turn. They were on the last 200. Her and the chick from the Netherlands. They were like this. We get on that turn, and it looked like the V12 just kicked in. She was gone, and nobody else was close. It was just now the rest of y'all are just competing for second, and. It was clearly this. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know she was that good.
Gabby ran one of the fastest legs in American history, and she was 2 seconds behind Sydney.
2 seconds. That's crazy.
Yo, did Sydney not run the? So I know she got gold in the 400 hurdles. Yeah. I know she got gold in the 4x4 relay. Yeah. Did she not just run the regular 400?
No, she doesn't. She does not. And this has been a large conversation about Sydney since she was 19 years old. She's never ever competed at the highest level in a regular 4 or in an open 4, which I call it, and then an open 2. People have been asking her to run the 2.
That's what I thought last week. Y'all told me she did run the regular 4. I know she didn't run that.
Why doesn't she?
She just it's time. So when you run the 400-meter hurdles and you're running the relays, it's just what can you like your body like? Do you have? Because remember, you're all running this in 2 day span. So like, can you on back-to-back days when you're taking intermediary breaks between the hurdles, can you do another 400 in between? That's just something that like it's just really, 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 really hard to do that. And would it take away from her main event?
Yeah,
but again, she's running the hardest event already.
Yeah, 400.
I want to make sure
400 hurdles is the hardest event in track. Go ahead.
I want to make sure I'm understanding you, Swiper. Did you tell me that without the hurdle, she ran a 47?
She ran on her leg. So again,
just on her leg alone.
On her leg, Gabby Thomas ran a 49, and then also they had one other 49 runner. She ran a 47 on the second. So that's why the gap was what it was. They were already in a slight lead. When she got the baton, she went like turn. As soon as she started turning and they got down to the sprint on the other side of the 100, before the second turn, she had already had about a 15-meter gap. She ran a 47 on her leg. It's just not even like a. It's not even.
For those of y'all that aren't aware at home, 400 meters. That's a quarter mile. Just so y'all know. That's a quarter mile, and she running a
sprint,
a 47.
A sprint.
Not a 400 is hard because you gotta like.
What we doing?
Oh man.
Nah. Here's what I want to do for you. Those of you guys who don't know, I want to encourage you. Go to your nearest track.
Mm-hmm.
Just try it one time in your life.
Sprint around the track.
One time.
See if you can break a 60.
But that burn feels good though. When you get that last 100 meters. You don't like
that? On that.
I hate
that last 100 meters. That burn feels so good in your lungs,
bro. Bro, the burn that you feel on the last lap of a 3200 is like nothing else, bro.
No, y'all good. All y'all fakers out there.
That burn is crazy.
Like all y'all are fakers.
I don't like it, but the burn feels good. Like I'm done. I can sleep now. Great.
When you're an athlete, you like
no, I don't care what you're saying. We had to do all that stuff for workouts in the summer. No, I'm good. I don't want to do 300 from corners. I don't want to do either. I'm good on all that.
After we do a bunch of sprints, 100 sprints, and then we got to do the whole 400. Man, it's nothing like that. But that's a high you'll never get again.
I don't. My body. I do not function past. I can do 300 yards.
Uh-huh.
I can't. My body literally cannot function that last 100 at what I'm doing. Like I've never been able to do that.
That sounds like some people. Sounds like somebody that knows their physical limitations.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm a sprinter to a mid sprinter. I'm not doing
physically. I can't do it.
No,
sorry.
No,
I was doing the 400, the 800, and last but not least, I did one time only the 3200, and it's nothing like that.
When you were 10 years
old,
that
3200 will mentally challenge you, bro.
Shit. You have fun with
that. Hey man,
Ron, did y'all have to do it? Because when you played basketball in college, you had to do the mile test, didn't you?
Yes, I ran it in when I was in college in Utah. Logan, Utah is 4,400 feet above sea level, and I did. Woo. We had to run it. Guards had to run it in under 6 minutes. Bigs had to run it in under 7. And it took me 2 times to do it. I didn't do it the first time. The second time, I ran it in 5:50. I almost passed out.
5:50? Wow.
I did it in 5:50. I almost passed out.
Impressive.
Yeah. I used to dig on those miles. I can tell you, I used to be out there running like an African in the miles. It was never a time where, as a team, we ran the mile and I didn't come in first. I used to be getting
okay. All right.
I think no joke. I think all time, and I don't know because I was never a mile runner or anything like that. I just remember that. You remember Higgins had to make the guards come in under 5:40.
Yeah.
I think I got like 5:25, 5:30, something like that.
I can't get it.
Okay.
I never did a mile under 6.
Now we had dudes on the crew, Ron. I mean, like you, we had dudes on the crew, like my man Myron. He was running in like 5:15. I'm like, how the hell are you doing that? What the hell? He a guard, and I'm running in
5:15 is tough. Yeah,
and I'm barely cracking 6 minutes. I mean, to run 100 on the other hand, I could sprint all day. That mile, man, that gorilla got on my back.
Do y'all feel like y'all need the mile for hoops like that?
I thought it was the
dumbest thing. I think it's good. I think it's a good test and conditioning, but it's like if you can't, you can still.
You don't really need it, but it's good exercise though.
You can run the mile in 7:30 and still be able to play a full basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like you can still be straight. Like, but I think it's good just to do it in conditioning and stuff. I don't see no problem with it. I kind of liked it like for conditioning during the summer and stuff. But like when I'm Sacramento, it's hot as shit during the summertime. But
Damo, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight.
What did I do?
Nothing. Just because you're here and I ain't seen you in a while, and your uncle about to smack you upside your head. That's all. I ain't seen you in a while.
He walked into that.
By the way,
I thought it was real smoke.
By the way, pass that. By the way,
what you do this stuff?
And pass that too, Damo. By the way,
you know I will chill. Come on now.
I like to say, Damo, what you been up to?
I say, dang, I know I got court later. I ain't know I got 2 cases. That's crazy.
Wait. Court later?
Yeah.
What you do?
Oh yeah,
Oxcourt. Yeah, I'm on Oxcourt later.
We can't go too in depth in this, and I don't want to let too much out the bag, but
just turn your notifications on. If you're not subscribed,
what's the charges?
To go check it out, man.
Or can y'all not reveal all of that?
I'm the plating. Just know that.
Cap.
You said cap. That's funny.
Everything will be revealed in due time.
Oh, okay. And who? So you set the charges, Damo, or you had Damo or charges set against you?
Hey man, you gotta tune in to find out.
Hey, he need to talk to his lawyer. That's what look that is on his face. That's what look that is on Damo. Hey, talk to my lawyer. Don't talk.
Damo, you got a good lawyer.
Talk to my lawyer.
Or you got a public defender,
man. I
okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
I passed the YouTube bar exam. Trust
me. Damo, you couldn't look out for me last night though. That was crazy, Damo.
Hey man, you put me on blast. I ain't gonna hold you. You put me on blast. I was like, oh my god. I didn't know he was gonna say all that.
All right. Well, I guess tonight we are gonna have to tap in to see who wins the case in Ox Court. This should be interesting. But in the meantime, fellas, let me go ahead and put this back on the screen. We know who Sydney is, and we know what she did, and we know what she does. Shout out to her and her 2 gold medals.
Shout out.
Moving along.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Katie?
Mm-hmm.
Katie Ledecky?
Okay, was hooping.
Shout out to her. She was hooping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balling. Straight balling. Straight balling.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
You know who these ladies are. We talked about them already, but shout out to the USA women's team for bringing home gold. But
that just counted as one, right?
Yeah,
like they're not counting all. Okay.
Hopefully not.
That's cheating. Yeah. I mean, but with 6 gold medals.
Yeah, that's Russell. She won in the hurdles. She won.
Right. With six gold medals.
Wait a minute, but she won with she won in the 400s though, right? With the medley, not the medley, the 4x4, right? Did she win in 200? No, she didn't win 200 either. Because that was because Gabby won 200. She didn't win, and I don't think she won the 400 outright, did she? Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe somebody in the chat knows.
Come on, Ryan.
I'm trying to focus, Ox.
Can you get back with us?
Come on, Ryan. I'm like, Ryan,
so she won the hurdles, the women's 110 hurdles.
I'm focused. That's my daughter, man. Stop playing, yo. I'm not.
Now almost passed.
That's your daughter. It's not mine.
That's my kid, man. Stop playing.
Nah, but Ryan, though, because what I was gonna say about Diana Taurasi, it's like with six gold medals in the career that she's had, I think it's just so disrespectful to put a car driver ahead of her. But it's okay.
Ox is never getting off this car driving logic, yo. He's never getting off that. I'm telling y'all right now, he's not.
That's right. She won the 110. Yeah. She won the 110 by less than that's right.
110 hurdles.
Yeah, and she barely won. It was like her forehead, like literally they like just
Swipe,
like
is the well, yeah.
She won the 110, right, Swipe?
Yeah, she won the 110.
Okay. So is that is the I'm thinking.
Wait, Ron, who won it?
The 400. So the 400 is harder than the 110.
1,000%. Anything you do, the 400 basically requires you to run a 90% throughout the race.
Damn. Okay. All right.
And we obviously know this group of young ladies, the gymnastics team,
and they're in a litigation right now, and Jordan absolutely deserves her medal.
Do you think they're going to strip it of her?
They already said they would, but then the U.S. Gymnastics sent back a report with evidence that they asked. Basically, you have to ask for, you have to make a request for what you need adjusted or changed or addressed within a minute of the foul. And so they did at 44 and 57 seconds. They submitted video evidence that they did, and somebody on Twitter is actually the one that first got the video slide to show that they made these requests. And so if they win, she keeps her medal. If she doesn't, they strip her medal.
Damn.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Well, shout out to Jordan Childs. Hopefully she wins that and gets to keep her bronze medal. And above all, just for this BS, I hope she comes back next Olympics faster, stronger, better, and can get another medal too. I don't know if she'll be able to get gold because you see this person right here, she still exists, but shout out to all of them all together. Moving along, this was the 4x4.
Yeah,
this is the 4x1.
No, yeah, 4x1. Yeah, that's Shakari. Yeah, that's 4x1. Okay, so wait, Gabby won the 4x4, 4x1, and 200.
And the 200. Gabby ain't no joke, yo.
Hold on, wait. Say that again.
Gabby won the 4x4, the 200 open, and the 4x1.
God damn.
And that 200, that's hers. Like that 200 is hers.
Well, and she ran against the one that won the 100, and so Gabby didn't do the 100 because she's not like a 100 sprinter because she takes a while to build up because she's so tall. But yeah, she took a girl from St. Lucia, Julian Alfred, put her like they were about after the first 110, 100, they're about neck and neck, and then she just. Boom,
That's what's up, man. At least somebody won their event in the 200,
We're about to get into that.
Right.
We are about to get into that.
Somebody.
Hey, hold on, fellas. We are about to get into Noah Lyles.
I got
versus
26 minutes left. I'm not going to be here for that conversation.
This is legit beef, and we will get into this. But are you guys familiar with?
Oh my gosh, dude. That's these wrestlers, man. If y'all haven't watched the wrestling highlights at all, please go watch.
I got tapped in.
They were incredible. They were literally incredible.
Didn't she suplex the chick? That's her.
So that might be Noor. She's a 22-year-old I told y'all about.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, you didn't show the U.S. women's national team, did you?
Yeah, it was up there.
No, basketball? No.
Oh, the soccer. Yeah, we didn't see them. Yeah, we didn't see them, bro.
Yeah, so
make the slide.
So Mallory,
you could have showed them some love. You could have made your own slide.
I don't expect him to forget.
Shout out to Triple Espresso. That's all I got.
Yeah,
to say.
Triple Espresso. They have 3 black women, 4 black women off the bench as well with Lynn Williams. They have 3 black women in their front line, and I think they had 8 black women total on this team, which is the most ever in U.S. women's national team history for the soccer team. And Mallory Swanson, Sophia Smith, and then Trinity Rodman, as we talked about, daughter of Dennis Rodman. So just incredible.
It's in the genes.
Oh, by the way, Ron, this is only the second shutout in gold medal history. Only the second shutout in gold medal history. U.S. for Brazil this time, and then U.S. versus Brazil. I think 2012 as well.
What's her name again? The goalkeeper. What's her name?
Naher. Alyssa Naher. Naher. Sorry, Alyssa Naher. 0. She had a foot block last game, Ox, on a star jump, and then she had then somebody tried to curve it over the top, and she knocked it away with her hand.
Yeah, I seen that one. That was me.
And since we're on the subject of shutouts real quick, Ron, I don't appreciate what the Mariners did to my Mets this weekend. I don't appreciate that at all. I didn't appreciate that one bit. I just want you to know that. So
Julio only played one game. Hey, Julio
like
just got back, baby. Hey, shout out to Rosarena.
Shout
out to my dog, Victor Robles.
Oh, man. Chill. Why you get him started? Chill.
Hey, man. Hey,
they was waiting outside for us.
Cool, baby.
They was waiting outside for us, Ops. Come on in and get this ass whooping. Come on. Yeah, come on in.
It got ugly.
Oh my goodness! I didn't
shout
appreciate
out to
that
Cal Raleigh. They call him the big dumper for a reason.
I mean, goodness. Go ahead,
all right,
man,
so we got some super chats, and I know J-Rob is going to come up here because for some reason he thinks Noah Lyles is right in this situation. So he'll come up here. We'll get into that, but first, like the video, subscribe, become a member, be a Hall of Famer like Multi-Kenny, Kendall Daniels, Cobra Son of Raditz, and Dorian Clayton. Speaking of Multi-Kenny, he sent through a couple super chats. He said, I'm a track coach. Sydney is ridiculous.
Track coach and a personal trainer. Wait, Multi-Kenny?
It's a good combo.
Then Multi said, saying one event is harder is not accurate.
Respect to you. The decathlon is the hardest event in sports. So I'm going to say that consistently.
100%.
Yeah,
to do all of that?
Is that what he was talking about, Spike? Or
no,
he was talking about the 400 hurdle?
Because the 400 hurdles is the hardest, like just pure running event in track. And I don't know why that's been common.
To be a decathlete,
there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Man, please. And I'm a former basketball player. I don't know if I'm the same athlete as a decathlete. I don't know if I'm the same athlete as him. Them dudes is different. They way different.
Absolutely.
Slitherman said Olympic champs equals world champs. World champs is just a generic term, and FIBA doesn't hold a monopoly on it. Sick of seeing people play this semantic game, especially when the Olympics are more prestigious for ball.
I don't know what he's talking about, but yeah, sure.
But y'all be fighting over these words so much.
You know what's funny? It's crazy nowadays when you bring up Noah Lyles, people think you're talking about the world champ argument. I don't give a damn about that argument. I'm talking about something totally different. When I brought him up, I was talking about something totally different. I don't care about that.
What he said about Ant?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
I'm kind of 50-50 on that.
We're going to get into it.
I mean, it's no better time than now to get into it. Noah Lyles basically was invited by Adidas to come to an Anthony Edwards shoe release event, and Noah had some interesting comments to say about this. He said, "You want me to do what? You want to invite me to an event for a man who hasn't even been to the NBA Finals yet?" He said, "In a sport that you don't even care about, and you were giving him a shoe." Let's talk about it.
Did you follow?
What does the NBA Finals got to do with anything?
Did you follow up with his quote though? He defended himself on Twitter.
He said it was a rumor. He said it was a rumor. He had prior engagements, and that he congratulated Anthony for being an Olympic champion.
So he never said that.
Just to be fair, he basically said.
I mean, he said he didn't say
there was a rumor going around that I did not want to go.
You know what I'm saying?
Anthony Edwards' shoe release because he didn't deserve it. That is not the case. He definitely deserves his shoe, and he's an amazing player. The problem was finding time based on my prior engagements. Congratulations on becoming an Olympic champion.
That still doesn't negate what you said, though. That still doesn't negate that. He said
it. He said it. No. I'm gonna be fair.
I just read the article. Did he not say that?
I'm gonna say I'm being 100% fair. If he said he didn't say it, then 50-50. Maybe he said it, maybe he didn't. In the case of him saying it, because it does sound corny, and it's not like he's not on record saying corny shit before. So it's not like this isn't his first time saying something corny, whether he was right or wrong. Mm-hmm. I've seen so many people. Oh man, it was a shot at Adidas. Oh man, he just wanted his shoe. It was negotiations. That wasn't disrespectful. What is bringing up Anthony Edwards going to the finals with you decline again? If he said this, what is the point of bringing up Ant not getting to the finals? What's the point of belittling that? What's the point of saying, about a sport y'all don't even care about for real? That's shots at Anthony Edwards. I don't care what no one says. If you're in negotiations about a shoe and you say, you want me to go, and he ain't even been to a fight, that is belittling him. I don't care how many people think, oh yeah, that's at Adidas. That's at Adidas. No, he brought up Anthony Edwards. He said something about Anthony Edwards. That's disrespectful and it's weak. You can put down Adidas all you want. You can sit there and criticize them for business decisions. But once you start making attacks at someone's career in a field you already have had prior comments about, if he said this, that's weak, bro. That's weak. And it's
so let me ask you
50-50.
So let me ask you this question, Damo. Do you know when football season starts?
Yep. End of August.
It's preseason. I'm gonna say, preseason right now.
I'm talking about the regular season. So you know
beginning of September.
You know who Christian McCaffrey is. You know who Derrick Henry is. How about the baseball season? Do you know when that starts?
April, right?
Yep,
April.
So
I want to say.
You know when basketball season starts.
Spring training starts in
October.
Do you know when the world championships are in track?
That's in May. In May, right?
They're usually in May, but there's events sprinkled throughout the year. But
okay, so now, nephew, when you say sprinkled out the year, because I don't know when Lyles is running outside the Olympics.
So there's the Diamond League. So there's the Diamond League, which is like that's the big one because there's a purse, and so the Diamond League is just essentially like multiple races that's scattered throughout like different tracks across the world.
Sure.
And then there's a giant purse. I'm pretty sure everybody gets paid 1 through 8th, even if you make the final. But I think 1, 2, and 3 they get the biggest pot of the athletes, and I think that applies to every single event. Sure. I know Michael Johnson is coming out. Chill, you know who Michael Johnson is.
Hell yeah.
Legendary.
What?
Yeah, Michael Johnson is coming out with his shout out to Michael Johnson. He's coming out with his own league for track this year. We'll have 4 major events. So he's trying to do it like how tennis has 4 opens throughout the year. It'll be 4 major track events throughout the year, bigger purse for everybody. And I think that'll be big. And so I do agree with you, Chill. People wouldn't have known about. People only know about the World Championships, and then they know about the Olympics. Usually, when it comes to track for like the casual fan.
So wait, hold on. What are the 4 ones every year? It's the World Champ.
So go ahead.
I'm saying it's the Texas Relays one of them.
Texas Relays. You could go Penn Relays if you want to bring up Penn Relays because that's big too. Penn Relays. And then there's the Diamond League, but Diamond League is not. I wouldn't consider Diamond League like an event because there's multiple Diamond League track events throughout a year, and then really World Championships, Olympic trials is kind of a big deal too if you count the Olympic trials.
Right.
And then really, to be honest, it's kind of crazy to say the next biggest track event, to be completely frank, is NCAA championships.
Oregon. NCAA championships.
Yeah, and that at Oregon. Yeah, the NCAA championships. That's probably the next biggest. And then every other big track event is like international. Like in Africa, they have one for qualifiers. Asia, they have one, but those don't get nearly as much recognition as the ones that are in North America or in Europe.
Right. The point that I was making when I brought that up, Damo, don't big time me, yo. Please don't big time me, because there's a reason why I know who Derrick Henry is. There's a reason why I know who Mike Trout is. There's a reason why I know who Anthony Edwards are. The reason why I know, because I know that these sports, they broadcast these people. right? They let us know who these people are. I don't ever know when you're running outside of the Olympics, which would explain why Anthony Edwards with Adidas, the shoe company that you say doesn't care about basketball, which would explain why they're moving toward him, because they think that they can move more units in terms of shoes more than they can with you. Because I don't know anybody who wears your shoes. Nobody. I do know that there's people who will wear Anthony Edwards shoes. I do know that there's people who still to this day rock Derrick Rose shoes. I know that for a fact.
Well, Anthony Edwards did say that, by the way. That's the confirmed part. He 1000% everything that said we were talking about.
Right. So with all of that being said, if I'm not familiar with you, right? If I'm not familiar, and I'm not the gospel here, but if I'm not familiar with you and I don't really know that much about you, but I know more about these other things, and you trying to big time me, that's not gonna go over well with me. Don't big time me, yo. Don't big time me. Don't do that.
I feel kind of weird. Oh,
go ahead, Mustard.
Go ahead, J-Rob.
Oh, go ahead. Gifted. I called him Mustard. Gifted. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Gifted. I don't know why I said Mustard. This shit came out instantly. Gifted,
that's fine.
Every time I hear Mustard name, I get pissed off. Talking about light skinned Ricky Rubio. What's wrong with that boy?
Okay,
go ahead, my bad, Gifted. Go ahead.
Hit up my good friend Mustard.
I love Mustard. I just get mad every time I hear his name. So I think about light skinned Ricky Rubio. My bad again, Gifted. Go ahead, brother.
All good. I kind of feel 50-50 on this because I understand the stray to Anthony Edwards, but at the same time, if he feels that he's entitled to have a contract and Adidas is dragging it out and they come up to him and say, yo, here's an event you can go to, I can see why he would feel frustrated and slighted, and maybe in doing that didn't think about how he impacted Anthony Edwards. He's probably just more upset about his contract. That's why I'm a little 50-50 on that, because it's like, if I'm dominant at my sport and you're playing with my money, but then you're telling me to go to another athlete sport who is younger, hasn't really, broken through in his sport yet, I'm a feel away. And that's not about Anthony Edwards. It's about Adidas playing with me, not paying me, and then telling me to show up for a athlete that they are paying, that they are valuing. It's going to make me feel away. I think that's...
Hold on, no, Gifted. Because...
My bad. What?
Post Usain Bolt, Noah Lyles has the most lucrative track and field contract with that Adidas, of an Adidas athlete. So he is getting paid. I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but if it's the most lucrative contract, I'm assuming he's getting.
But wasn't that quote supposedly before he signed that deal, though? From what I've seen, the quote happened when they were.
Yes, it was.
He has signed the deal since that interview.
Since that quote, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
So when
that dropped before this? He got paid after. He got paid after the quote. Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out, when was this whole thing and why is it just now getting released?
Earlier this year. It had to be earlier this year because, again, in the extended quote, he was talking about how good of a player Ant is, and so far, I want to say, and hey, if I'm misquoting, please somebody check me. But he was saying along the lines, he's a great player, phenomenal talent. He's having such a great year so far, something like that. So it had to be some point in the season while Ant was still ascending.
Yeah. So then based off of that timeline, if that's happening, I understand why he's mad. You guys haven't paid me. I've been dominant at my sport, and you're telling me to go to the Anthony Edwards thing. Again, he's not even thinking about Anthony Edwards as much, which probably is where the disrespect lies. But he's focused on, you're not paying me, but you're asking me to show up to a event to help promote another athlete that you are paying, that you are valuing, that has not dominated his sport as much. He's new and he's getting more shine and love than me. It makes sense for him to value that.
This is May, by the way, of this year.
May? Okay, for the playoffs.
Word.
Gifted, I'm not gonna lie. Two things can be true. I can definitely understand the fact that, hey, he felt slighted, disrespected, everything like that, and he has a right to. They playing with his money. Super fair. He also disrespected Anthony Edwards by bringing him into it and disrespecting him what he said. So that's how I've been looking at it. I've never, anytime I've spoke on this, anything I've seen on the timeline, I've never not said, oh, nah, he need to just shut up and run and take what Adidas. I get that. Hey,
right.
He mad. I get that. He felt disrespected. Cool. He also dished out some disrespect, in my opinion. And my whole problem is for the people that are acting blind to what was it. He didn't disrespect him. He was really taking shots at Adidas. I'm more so speaking to the people I've interacted with on the timeline talking about this, that are saying, oh, there was no disrespect to Ant. What do you mean disrespect the Ant? That's where it's like, all right, bro.
Yeah, no, you can say that like he was focused on them for sure, but Ant was definitely a byproduct of him being focused on them. He definitely said some things that reflected poorly on his image, which is fair to say.
So Ant caught a stray, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think he caught a stray. Personally, well, Noah said this was a rumor. I don't know if he said it or not. I mean, it doesn't really matter. If he did say it, it's crazy. It's a stray. It didn't need to be said. When I look at Noah Lyles overall, though, as somebody who like ran track and I love the sport, I mean, I know people are not going to agree with this, but just the way that he's being talked about just in this chat alone, Noah Lyles is phenomenal for track. And
I believe that
it's because he's polarizing. Whether you love him or hate him, it doesn't matter because you're going to watch him. It's almost like to a lesser degree, it's like what Roman Reigns is to WWE. You know, when he first went on his run, everybody, you know, he was a heel, he was being booed, but when he was gone, the world loved him and realized this business is better with him in it. And regardless if people are watching him to lose or win, they're still going to watch him lose. And I think where track is right now with Shaqiri, with Noah, I mean, this is probably one of the best, really the best spots that the league, that the sport has been in, just because there are so many stars. There are so many big names in the sport now. Like when Michael Johnson launches his league, who's going to be the face of that league? You already have your two. It's going to be Sha'Carri Richardson, it's going to be Gabby Thomas, it's going to be Noah Lyles. Those are going to be the people that are going to rally the sport around. Now, if I was Noah Lyles, no matter what, I would have went to that Anthony Edwards event because truthfully, one, he's on the same, you're under the same brand in Adidas, but two, I think most people in terms of just like being an ambassador and shit like that, trying to make sure people are enjoying you. And I really to kill some of this narrative of you versus the NBA. I thought it'd be a great move for him. Take a picture with Anthony Edwards. Have your gold medal in your hand from the 100. You're the fastest man in the world. And so because of that, I just think, you know, Noah Lyles gets a lot of hate.
Is he though?
Well, he won the 100. That's the fastest race. If you win it, you're the fastest man in the world.
0.5, 10,000.
Hey, man. Hey, we're not going to add. They're not going to say.
I mean, that's all it takes, though.
So arguably,
a win is a win. A win is a win.
I'll give you that.
A win is a win. But ultimately, what I'm saying is, Mad Match, you may not be watching Noah Lyles, but the rest of the world watched that race. I mean, you can just look at the views. I don't have to debate viewership if the whole world watched him run. I mean, that's the proof in the pudding. You don't have to watch, but everybody cares about the results of his races. And you know, the reason why, the way he talks, I know it doesn't rub everybody the right way, but when that league comes out, people are going to watch him. Like people are going to watch him run just to see him lose, to potentially see him win. And I truthfully think he's been great for the sport.
So he's box office is what you're saying.
He's
100. He's box office.
Whether good, bad, or indifferent.
Good, bad, or ugly. Yeah, you're gonna go watch him. You're gonna go watch.
I mean, him doing this type of stuff really did like make me notice because like I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't paying attention. I ain't really know nothing about Noah Lyles until he said that about the team that was
right.
Who was it? What? Oh, the Nuggets when they won it. Until he said that, I ain't really. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I do like track and field. I do like to watch it, but I don't catch up with it all that often. I usually only watch it in Eugene. In the Olympics. The Olympics in Eugene. That's
the trials. That's really what most people watch.
What's the difference between Noah Lyles and Maurice Green back in the day? Maurice was arrogant as all get out. I mean, he would yap.
Social media.
He just wasn't like a nerd. Like Maurice was just seen as like kind of cool yappy. And then he would take, but remember, everybody used to get mad at him, chill, because he would take off his tracksuit after he would win, and he would like, do this little strut and all that other kind of stuff. And he would get cooked too.
But did he say something about the NBA? Did he say something about other guys?
He wasn't.
No, he wouldn't do that.
I mean, but that's what the difference is. I mean, I don't even think it has anything to do with Noah Lyles being a nerd and liking anime and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon. It has nothing to do with that. It's genuinely, people do think he's corny, but it stemmed from him dissing the NBA and the allegiance of people that are basketball fans, NBA fans. He put a target on his back. That's the biggest separator.
I didn't even know bro was a nerd.
And people really hated his delivery. It was really his delivery.
I just think they cared about that too much, man. I don't think it was that deep.
Like,
okay, you're not technically world champions, cool, but like it doesn't really matter because we know that like regardless, the NBA is the best talent. So who who care. I didn't just dig too deep into it. I don't think it matters at all, to be honest, bro. I think people just gassed it up.
It was his delivery. The moment he said
world champions,
the United States,
world champions of what?
You could have.
I'll give you
an example. Mars went viral on TikTok for explaining that whole world championship argument. If you just say it in a tone like that just explains it, I think people are not going to react the same way. But the way Noah's went about it, the level of arrogance, it's the tone. I think people didn't like the way it sounded, and I think that's why there were so many.
That's definitely true.
Comments.
That's definitely
and let's be real about it. How many in our history, just talking sports, even at Players' Choice here, how many times are we really talking about one track guy this much?
This is the first time. This is the first time we did.
The first time we did what?
On the panel,
consistently
on the panel.
This conversation.
You got to only be talking about on the panel because like Noah's not even on. So for me personally, he's not even on that level or on that radar of those guys of the past. From Tyson Gay, Usain Bolt.
No, he's not on that level.
Maurice Green.
Discourse behind him.
Yeah, like I want to ask you, like, who is his rival? Because I think that's what it was like. Maurice and Michael back in those days. You know, we had, and then there was I guess Usain really have no rival.
Maurice Green and Donovan Gay was a rivalry too, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. But like that's what I'm just saying. Like, does Noah really have somebody that he's going back and forth?
That man that beat him in his event. That's his rival.
He's running the 9-7-1 and coming
and losing. That's crazy.
Hold on, yo. Wait. Don't do this. See, I knew you guys were gonna come up here and be nasty. Now, if you want to tell the truth
what's the problem, man? Here we go.
Tell the truth about why he lost to 200.
The man
had COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
Okay, I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that?
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all being weird if you say y'all don't want to hear that. I'm not gonna lie. You dragging it hard as hell. You don't want to respect that. That's definitely weird.
He being weird.
Hold on.
I don't know about all that, bro. Y'all gassing that. Y'all gassing that, bro.
We have to.
I at least got what I mean.
Y'all acting like he killed somebody now, bro.
No. Deal with it, Ron.
I disagree. I disagree that the fact that he didn't have that. I agree with. I think he did have COVID, and I'm gonna just say this straight up. The man's personal best at the 200 meters is a 19.3. He ran a 19.7. That is way off from even. And I'm not saying he couldn't have lost the race. He could have still lost, but to run a 19, his personal best being a 19.3 to run a 19.7. I definitely think you have, and if you watch the race, I mean, if it did not look like Noah
celebrating before the race, when he was celebrating before the race, did he have COVID then?
Listen, bro, that test was positive. I can't argue that.
We should have took his punk ass home then.
Hold on.
Yeah,
forget that. Forget before the race. Does he still have? So did he just lose COVID in 48 hours? Because when his ass was out there partying the other night, he was in the club.
He was at
dancing
the spot,
Pop
wasn't he,
Smoke.
Jamo?
No, did he have COVID?
Listen, bro.
Because if
We all was in the club with
COVID affects your respiratory system
we was all in COVID after that, bro.
No, I agree. No, but I'm not justifying anything.
Man, listen, I hear all that. At the end of the day, if the man had COVID before he ran, he had COVID. Like, I don't.
If he had COVID,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know that shit matters.
It affects your ability to perform at a high race differently than it would if you were out partying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making an excuse. I'm not telling you scientifically.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're making an excuse
performance.
He still finished third, though.
Bro, it's not an excuse. The man got COVID before he ran. No. Ox. If the man had COVID before he ran, how is there a excuse being made? He literally had COVID. Where's the excuse? That's reality. It's not an excuse. That's reality.
If you're gonna make an excuse, then don't run. If you're gonna make an excuse after you lose, then don't run.
And not only that,
or run and shut the hell up. Now this
did he have COVID when he won?
This is when you say run.
No, he didn't have COVID then. No,
he actually got COVID the next day. I swear to God, they said after he won 100
this is when I say shut up.
He ran with COVID and got bronze. That shit is crazy. Like what?
Wow, yo. Because Gifted, what I'm asking is I ran yesterday and I didn't have COVID. I don't feel there's something going on with me today, and I don't feel as good. Maybe I should go talk to a doctor. Maybe I should go see somebody. I am at the Olympics. Is that fair?
We don't know at what time he pinpointed though, do we?
When I woke up that morning, I felt different. I didn't just automatically after the race. You know what? I should probably there's a reason why I didn't feel good because I had COVID. but you know what? I'm good. I'm just gonna keep running. Only to find out later on I had COVID. You probably knew something was wrong with you before the race. You decided not to deal with it.
Maybe he didn't because this is what he was doing before the race.
Hey, I didn't see this. What's this?
Nah, bro, you mad because he's trying to hype himself up, bro.
Hey, damn, y'all. Noah Lyles is entertainment for your ass.
Did he have COVID when he was doing this, Ron?
Here we go.
Yo, so nothing wrong with the pregame celly? Y'all don't like the celly?
Not to get your ass.
Get your ass on the track. This is unbelievable. Get your ass out.
Y'all kind of being funny with this, bro. That's how
y'all being mad funny with this, bro. I do not.
Always been about the COVID thing. I'm not tripping about the pre-race. I'm not saying anything like that. All I'm saying is
there's no way Ron brought up the pre-race to be like, oh yeah, he didn't have COVID. Like what?
Did this nigga have COVID? He had COVID out partying last night. I don't think you should be partying with COVID.
Maybe he got it after going out last night. I don't know.
Right now.
Bro, I've never seen an argument where we're legitimately arguing why he got COVID or not. If he had got COVID, what does it matter? I don't understand that.
It's real convenient, my nigga. It's real convenient. You lose, he got COVID, but you in here.
Bro, you literally telling him shut up and run.
I'm saying shut up and run.
Like y'all crazy, bro.
30 to Dior in the club.
Listen, bro, y'all only care so much because he had a comment about the NBA. That shit kind of weird to me. Y'all only care because he talked about the NBA in a weird way. Y'all being weird about that. Y'all being weird about that.
This is weird.
It could be weird if you wanted to be.
This is weird to be out partying with Kobe. This is weird.
Yo, he passed his test, Damo. He was cleared.
Are you playing this in slow motion right now? Bro, this is doing nothing for your argument. This is doing nothing for your argument.
Hey, man. So, how do you feel about this? Hey, Gifford, how you feel about this?
I feel fine.
If he got COVID after this night, he got COVID. I don't understand.
No, he was clear. He was clear, bro.
This is where he got COVID. This is where he got COVID.
Wait, I'm confused. This is after the race or before the race, Rob?
This is after. This is the end of the Olympics. This is the end of the Olympics. This is after the 200. This is the end of the Olympics.
Okay, so then after this night, he had COVID.
So wait, y'all tell me that.
Hold on. Y'all acting like he's not a genius, bro. Went on. He did everything he had to do to go make sure he go party. He went on X or Twitter, whatever you call it. He showed his negative test. He went outside that same night.
Wait, so what you telling me that COVID is a 24-hour stomach bug?
He got COVID. He had COVID for a day and a half.
COVID is a 24-hour stomach bug, Damo.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
It is.
He had COVID.
He got COVID as soon as he was running. And when he heard that. All of a sudden,
listen, all the jokes are fine. I'm gonna just ask.
It is. I'm not.
Was it confirmed he had COVID? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
We can bypass all the bullshit. Was he confirmed to have COVID before the race? Yes or no? So let's stop trolling.
He pulled a Paul Pierce
and
jumped in the wheelchair.
So before the race,
that's not the same. That's not the same because he got a doctor confirmation that he had COVID. So that other shit don't mean nothing.
Y'all are being a real un-American right now. I'm not gonna lie.
This shit is crazy. I don't know that doctor. I don't know that doctor. Nah, that's crazy, bro.
All y'all being un-American shit.
I'm not gonna lie, Swiper. You can't say that shit. You can't say that, Swiper. Everyone else in here can say that. You can't talk about being un-American. You can't say that.
The Serbians should be happy.
We got one mic, yo. We got one mic.
Man,
where are you from?
I got.
Where are you from?
I'm chill. Was that un-American for me to congratulate the competition? That's crazy.
Yes, it was. It was un-American.
You're openly slandering.
Man had the Serbia colors on too.
Yeah, I'm un-American.
Two things can be un-American.
Getting pressed by Skeletor. You gonna tell us we un-American?
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out why giving compliments to your opponent is un-American.
Okay, even with that being said,
that
Swiper think he's slick, bro.
Yeah, you nasty.
I don't know what
you wouldn't even let Penn argue for his Serbian brother.
Wouldn't let him.
Yeah, that is nasty. We do gotta get to that, by the way.
I didn't even know he was Serbian until yesterday.
You wouldn't even let Penn argue for his.
Did you know he was Serbian? Wait, but Luka's also Serbian.
Yes, I knew Penn was Serbian.
Luka's also Serbian, so why can't he argue Luka? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, listen, I want to be clear about that. That whole round was weird because to me, if it was that deep for Penn Swiper, you should have just moved on. or Penn should have just swallowed his pride and argued. It's a debate. How, like he said in the comments, it's not that serious. Both, bro. Everyone should be criticized. The question, Swiper, and Penn.
What did Swiper do? What did you want Swiper to do differently in that round?
Well, Penn said he came to you and told you, "Oh yeah, this means a lot to me." Like and like,
man,
Ron, so you're just talking about stuff you have no idea what you're talking about yet again. Is what it sounds like.
I'm voicing to you what Penn said. It's got nothing to do with what I think about it. I'm telling you what Penn said.
Did Penn come to me and say it means a lot and he would like to have, and then that he needed to have that in order for us to move forward? Or did he concede and say he doesn't really matter? And he told you apparently privately he's not going to argue on behalf of Luka.
Swipe. I want to get back on the point here.
No. Chill.
Don't let him off the
I need Ron to answer that. I need Ron to answer that, please.
Exactly what happened.
We need that.
I was told.
You was told what?
Penn didn't say anything to me about any of that. He said you hit me up via DM and said that Penn said that he's not arguing against Luke or Joker or whatever else, and we just moved.
First off,
I didn't know he was going to do it yesterday.
I want to take this time to tell everybody to like the video. Salute to the chat. Shout out to everybody that sent through super chats. We're gonna get to those soon and become a member. As far as swiping Penn, I had high hopes for you, brothers. But now it's looking like Casual and Elder Rufus is finna clean y'all up. That division, trash.
I think we asked you a direct question.
Ron, can you please answer this question?
Trash. What
Ron,
do y'all want me to say?
So I have a direct message. Penn said F it, and he's going to take Luka. And then we moved on. So
it's all on Penn then.
Yapping once again. I didn't have anything to do with that.
I'm not yapping. I'm telling you what Penn said because in the debate,
which is yapping.
In the debate, he made it so emotional about his country, his pride, his bias. First off, in the comments, he says it's just a basketball debate. It's not that serious. If it's not that serious, why can't you make an argument for Luka Doncic? Ron has been giving people questions that are very hard to debate. And he had Luka and just said, no, I'm going to just spend my first rounds glazing Jokic. That's weak to me.
I personally thought it was a good topic.
So, Swiper, my question to you is,
yes, sir.
Did he know he had COVID before the race?
I'm saying to you, I genuinely don't know. I'm just saying that he did have COVID. That's all I'm confirming. I was not there. I haven't talked to him. I haven't seen any report from him.
Because I'm having a difficult time. If he knew he had COVID before the race, they would have let him run.
Yeah, they asked him if he still wanted to run the 200. He chose to run it. Yeah, because in the
so they knew he. So not only did he know, nephew, they knew too that he had COVID.
Yeah, I'm just going by what they, because I was going by what they said at the post game and what he said. So after he ran the race, obviously everybody was confused. And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Optically, I hated the wheelchair. That's just me. I would have rather him walked into the locker room and then if you want to sit in that wheelchair, but don't do the Paul Pierce. I thought that was a little ridiculous just because you know how people view you already. And so that was just a bad look. Mm-hmm. But when they asked him about it after the race, he had a mask on and he just said, like, this is what he said. After the 100, the day after he won the 100, he didn't feel well. He went to the doctor. He was diagnosed with COVID. And so he spent the 48 hours before the 200 final. He spent that 48 hours trying to get his fluids in, all of that stuff. And then he still decided to run the race. He came in third. And then that's when it all came out that he had COVID. I think they tried to keep it under wraps. But obviously, because he came in third, people want an explanation. He didn't run well. But I'll say this. He also lost one of his heats, too. He came in second in one of his 200-meter heats as well.
Which is his race, by the way.
Which he's he's a way better 200 runner.
That's his race, the 200.
Yeah.
What the reason why I'm asking is because that's where the divide comes in. Once you find out that you're sick and you're not feeling well, that's when the decision can be made, whether you want to go or not. So once you say you're going to go, my ankle is the size of a cantaloupe.
Yeah,
I can either decide to sit or I can play. But if I'm going to go out there, if I stink the joint up, I can't come back and go, my ankle was the size of a cantaloupe. No, I can't do that. Absolutely.
But no. Chill. I disagree. If your ankle is the size of a cantaloupe and you ran with an ankle, you ran injured. We can say that. Why can't I say that?
The reason why you can't say that because when I lose, it sounds like an excuse. Don't say anything.
I don't care about that. Was your ankle injured when you ran? Yes or no? Did you run injured? Yes or no?
I did run injured, 100%.
Okay, so you ran injured. That's it. End the conversation.
No, that's not the end of the conversation because that's going to be an excuse. I was hurt. Don't tell me,
bro.
that.
What's up with all this masculine excuse shit? If you hurt, you hurt, right? He ran because he wanted to give his country a chance to medal, and they got a bronze.
Then
okay.
Don't bring up COVID after you lose. I lost. Period. Don't bring that up.
Didn't an American get silver?
Ben Benderick, Kenny Benderick. I might be saying his last name wrong, but Kenny Benderick. Something.
Gotcha.
Look, all I'm saying is like I hear the point, right? I'm just saying if I physically saw you injured and you're playing through injury, I'm gonna say, hey, he played through injury, regardless if you win gold, silver, or your last place. You played injured. That just is what it is.
With that being said, Gifted, I saw OG Anunoby injured. That wasn't the reason why the Knicks lost. Even though we know for a fact he should not have been out there.
But a team sport is way different than an individual run. That's not the same, right?
That Knicks team, if he was healthy, if he was healthy and he was able to run, he would have given them a better chance. We all knew watching him that he couldn't run. And there was no reason for him to be out there. But that wasn't the main reason why they lost. We didn't go, the reason why they lost was because OG Anunoby wasn't healthy. You having COVID, that's the first thing that comes up. Well, the reason why I didn't win is because I had COVID. I don't want to hear that. And the reason why I don't want to hear that is because you knew you had COVID a day ago. If you didn't feel good enough to run, don't come out here. And if you're going to come out here, whether you lose or not, don't tell me, I was sick. I don't want to hear that. No.
Okay, so basically, if he has COVID and he wants to put his all for the country, knowing I have to wait 4 more years to compete again, I might never have another opportunity. He can't run? Is that what you're saying?
I ain't saying that he can't run. What I'm saying is that if you lose, I don't want to hear that you had COVID. Let me tell you why. Because if you won, you wouldn't have brought that up. You wouldn't have said a word to me about having COVID.
He was physically affected by having COVID, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point that I'm saying, Swipe. But even with him being physically affected, you make a choice of whether or not you're going to go.
No. I know. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying that him having a physical side effect, like a visceral visual side effect to COVID, laying on the ground and having to be helped off the track, that I think is just a function of having COVID, which is why that became an issue. So again, I'm not saying whether he should not or should have. They got nothing to do with that. It's just if he did have COVID, he was affected by COVID, and now this has become a talking point.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like the comparison to OG Anunoby because regardless if OG's healthy or not, there's so many independent variables in a team aspect beyond OG that could swing an overall series. An individual run where you have COVID and that's impacting your respiratory, and after the race, you're showing that you're impacted by that. To me, you ran injured. If you won gold, wow, he won gold injured. Like, fine, but you're injured. I'm not gonna say you're making excuses. Yeah, you had COVID. Did you test positive? Okay. And then we move on. I don't think it's meant to be this big dragged out thing. I think it is because of who it happened to. If it happened to another athlete that wasn't Noah Lyles, people wouldn't be on his ass like that. They don't fuck with him because he's corny to people, and that's why this is a talking point. But he was injured. That's fine. That's okay.
I disagree. Any athlete of any caliber that get COVID, and then I see you shortly after in the club getting started to pop smoke, I'm gonna say the same thing. Take your ass home. Why are you out? That's my only issue. I'm not even speaking on the race.
I can't say that when it's only 4 years in between. You never know when you're going to get another chance.
I'm talking about after. I'm talking about going partying when niggas think you got COVID. You got COVID or whatever, and then you out partying after. Stay home. Even if he did. That's what I'm talking about. That I just needed to be very clear. The race thing, I'm giving that to y'all.
If you got COVID, stay away.
Here's what it is. If you got COVID,
I'm definitely not going to no club after. Yeah. Right.
Especially if you just had COVID, you do one race one day, you don't got COVID, you wake up the next day, you just magically got COVID, and then as soon as you come off of the COVID list, oh shit, let's hit the club. No, nigga, stay home.
Listen, I'm not supporting his acts after the race. All I'm speaking to is
we get that.
For the race itself, he had COVID, he was impacted regardless if he medals or not. If he's bringing up the fact that he had COVID, that's not Absolutely. That's not an excuse to me. That's what happened.
A reason is different from an excuse. A lot of people misconstrue what a reason.
One more time, Damo.
The reason something happens is not always different. An excuse for something happening. A reason and excuse are two different. So
I agree.
Not the same thing. I want you to expand on that just a little bit more, Damo, because people think reason and excuse are the same thing. Can you please tell people the difference between a reason and an excuse? Because they think it's the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I might not be the person that had this example.
Well, I will
give this explanation. Not gonna hold you.
Sure.
I ain't gonna.
Okay.
I mean, somebody can ask, yo, Joel, why did your numbers drop? My lungs collapsed. Is that a reason or an excuse?
So reasons, Damo, reasons aren't repetitive. Excuses are. Consistently. When you consistently hear, if I keep telling you the same thing, like I'm sure you've seen on whether it's TikTok or Twitter or YouTube, when you see these little kid, that little kid when his mother keeps saying tomorrow and he goes tomorrow, that's an excuse. You keep hearing the same thing over and over again. After a while, you're like, all right, enough of this already. Reasons are something completely different. I had a death in my family, or I had this going on, or I had that going on. Those are reasons, and those are valid. But when you continuously hear the same thing over and over again, of course you're gonna start rolling your eyes like, all right, enough of this already. When are we gonna get to it?
All right, fellas, it's time to go ahead and get into these super chats. Appreciate everybody that sent through super chats. Salute to everybody that's in here, and if you're in here, you already know the drill. Like the video. Multi Kenny, one of our Hall of Famers, sent through a super chat. He said, "World athletics and the USA track and field are the problem. Their practices and guidelines are one of the reasons why track isn't more popular. They make watching track very difficult because of broadcast contracts."
Oh, and the men, they're gonna have an overhaul as well. The men have fumbled their handoffs for several years now. They've had reoccurring issues.
Yes, what is that about?
Not being able to pass the baton. This has happened over multiple Olympics, over multiple world championships, and they have not been able to reach the pinnacle, and especially in some of these major events for the last several years. Now, some of that was Usain Bolt in Jamaica. Like they just got beat by a better, like 2016, for instance, they gave maximum effort and they basically set the record. It's just the other team was better than them and set the record. But since that point, they have fumbled multiple times. Now, whether it's Coleman or whether it's somebody else, exchanges, handoff, whatever. They have been having issues for years. The women, on the other hand, they've also had issues, but they have gotten along. Even Sha'Carri and stuff with her teammates and all that stuff. There was stuff that was happening inside the house that's been talked about, reported multiple times, but they have by far and away taken care of their business.
Now, let me ask you this, Swiper, because Carl Lewis had a problem with this. Because is it necessary to now have an overhaul of the crew, or do we need to just work on exchanges more? Because that sounds like something elementary.
It's like in basketball, chill. If what's the liken to it? If you're having rotational issues, calling timeouts, game clock management, gameplay management. Like the Broncos. Remember when the Broncos, Nathaniel Hackett was coaching and they hired the old special teams coach from Baltimore. Just imagine if you've been doing that for years. Like imagine if that was a reoccurring thing and then you just never fixed the problem. That's kind of what's happening right now. So it's just mismanagement, and there's some people that are there that just are not doing their job to the best of their ability, and if they are, they're just not good enough, and they have to make changes. That's just what it is.
Gandhi KV2, he said Curry is not better than Kobe. Please stop. Is that the narrative now? Curry over Kobe?
It's been circulating. Curry over Kobe, Curry over Magic. I've seen some Curry over Duncan.
Kobe over Duncan?
Yes.
Curry, yeah.
All right.
I'm running a poll right now. I'm asking you guys simply, who better, Steph Curry or Kobe Bryant? You guys go and vote. In the meantime, Styles Blackman with the super chat. He's been a member for 13 months. He said, stay on that side, Swiper, and shout out to Copa Champion / Finals MVP. who Copa Champion / Finals MVP, who also got a DMP but never sulked on the bench and balled out when she got a chance, unlike
let's stay on that side. I don't know.
What side are they talking about, Swipe?
I have no idea.
The Serbian side.
Yeah, up here. Yeah, I feel like I've got a grasp of American sports across the board better than most people. But I mean, I understand this context. Basketball is a very important sport, and then apparently there are several NBA players that have lack of reading comprehension skills. But that's a whole different discussion.
Lack of reading comprehension skills.
Whatever you say, Swipovich, man. All right.
Just Swipovich is great, man.
So can we call you Camola Swipovich?
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want. Swipovich. Just call me Swipovich, Richich, whatever.
Flaku J became a member today, and also Galileo also became a member. Shout out to those two. Appreciate y'all for copping that membership, subscribing. being a part of the PC family. Tricky sent through a super chat. Tricky said 33, 8, and 6 on 52, 35,
Jesus
and 85
Christ.
splits. MVP Tatum about to cook next season. Soon to be two-time champs. Bring us Denver next season in the finals if they can make it.
Do you realize, Chill, that for him, and I read that earlier. Can you put that back up? Busy. For him to shoot 35% from three, which on Jason Tatum volume is going to be about 8 threes a game. For him to shoot 52% from the field, he's going to have to shoot roughly like 61% from two in order to get to that. And I can tell you, that's not going to happen. It's simply not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it. He's cooked.
Damn. Desarmo said, people still think that super team merchant 80s Ben Simmons without the defense is better than Stephen Curry. Go PG.
Ban him, Ron.
You said 80s Ben. That's so disrespectful to say 80s Ben Simmons, dude.
Nah, I respect Ben Simmons. Man.
Yeah, facts. That defense was not like Ben's. Sorry.
Facts.
Ben open gym too, Ron.
Yeah.
Oh, so now Magic play defense at Ben Simmons? No.
Crazy.
This is why I've been silent the whole time. I say one thing, I'm getting back.
Brax the Bandit said, now that the Olympics are over, WTF is patriotism. I don't even know the national anthem.
Yeah,
I was with you before you said I don't know the anthem.
We're all the nationalists going.
I know 80% of it.
Y'all know.
I hear the U.S. national anthem more than any other anthem.
Any other anthem. You know why? Because the U.S. military pays the NBA, the NFL, and all other regional sports in order to play that for military reasons. So
I'm playing that shit.
Or maybe because it's the national anthem. How about that?
They pay. The U.S. military pays sports teams for ad coverages, millions of dollars a year, to play the national anthem prior to his games. It's been well known.
No country I've been to has ever done anthems.
I'm about to say that there should be absolutely no reason why before every American sporting event they're playing the national anthem.
If you didn't know that, Jill, we look that up. It's very easy.
That's
to
some
find.
of the dumbest stuff ever.
We pay for ad coverage for the U.S. military.
I mean, what's the big deal? It just takes 2 minutes and we
but
get
that's
on with it.
Again, nowhere else does that. If we're playing international competition, cool, respect everybody's nation, play national anthem. But there's no way when the Carolina Panthers play the New York Giants, we have to take this moment of silence and this 2 minutes to listen to the national anthem before a football game. And then when I flip the channel and I'm watching MLB, there's another national anthem before that game. And then I flip the channel to the basketball games, there's another national anthem being sung by, I don't know,
They do the national anthem down in Australia too.
Before each game?
Yeah.
Before every game.
A lot of countries do it. It's just in the U.S. it's extremely problematic because if you take out the sixth stanza, it's about finding slaves that fought on the other side for the free. And then, if they fought for England, they should all be put to death. But they took that part out because they said, that's probably not going to transfer over the next couple decades.
Well, they took it out.
Francis Scott Key was a racist at like 36 years old, wrote the whole thing, and we kept it because, America the beautiful. And everybody was like, oh, look at me, so proud to be an American. But every time we try to do something patriotic and actually fight for people in this country, what do? We put them on the street. All the Vietnam soldiers, what happened to them? They on the street. They were on drugs. I wonder why. The U.S. government taking care of them. World War II, World War I. Black soldiers were coming back from World War II, getting their eyes gouged out, coming back on train. We can go. I'm telling y'all, we want to be nationalists, right? Let's do it. Chill. Let's do it. I can go with anybody. If we want to be nationalists, standing up for America, all right, bet.
First of all, you're talking to somebody who is
we
are.
I'm about to say, who's we?
I don't know who we is. That's you,
France got silver.
Mr. Williams.
American nigga.
I don't want to turn this into a political debate. No,
we about to get on to the next super chat from SimWest34. Said somebody saw the 3-on-3 final buzzer beater. Proud to be Dutch. 15 gold medals. McLaughlin and Sifan Hassan are the female GOATs of athletics this era.
Damo, I'm telling you to your face. When I was your age, we could get 3 dudes from my neighborhood and we could win that. I swear.
Only reason we didn't win because, hey man, Jimmy Fredette got hurt. That's the only reason why we didn't win.
I'm on record saying that. I'm sorry, Gifted. I don't want to sound condescending, but when I was your age, we could get 3 dudes from my neighborhood and we could win the 3-on-3. Yes, we could.
I'm only laughing because you so dead ass about what you saying.
Dead ass serious. I could get 3 dudes from my neighborhood and we can win that. Yes, we could.
Man.
We could beat them dudes. Yes, we can. I don't even mean
there's
from
so
my
many politics that stopped them from like having the best talent in the 3v3, bro. It's crazy, man.
Gifted, what's the politics?
Well, like I heard from I believe Brian Windhorst, he was saying that like if you wanted NBA players to be in the 3v3, there's like other trials they have to do to be deemed eligible, and there's other thing. Like there's a lot of politics work. That's why you don't see NBA players in the 3v3 like that. But obviously, if we could do that, that whole event would be different. I feel like.
No, the rules are different.
I don't want to play 3-on-3 anyway.
The big
Do
three.
you care about 3-on-3 swiper?
No. Is different to what they
Women
kind of don't care either. Well, it's cool to watch.
Did y'all see the break? That break dance, man. That breakdance stuff was crazy.
Breakdancing in the Olympics. Australia should be banned. Australia, never again.
Oh, but when I say some Olympic things shouldn't be in the Olympics, I'm wrong.
No, but Mars, they took it out of its roots. They didn't even do I mean, I'm sure on the other side, like internal, they did. But the storytelling of how breakdancing got there in the first place, it wasn't even there. And then they made a mockery of it. A mockery, Mars, I tell you.
What shouldn't be in the Olympics, Mars?
Skateboarding isn't an Olympic sport.
Damn.
Breakdancing isn't an Olympic sport.
Oh, Mars getting to it.
Deport him.
Walking isn't an Olympic sport.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Speed walking is an Olympic sport.
Walking?
Speed walking.
Yeah, if you're 60.
Walking.
Y'all go speed walk right now. Y'all go speed walk.
I don't got time for no speed walking.
I don't know what else I can think because
just go jog.
Wait, what about badminton and table tennis and all that?
I wouldn't call them Olympic sports either, but I understand
the disrespect.
That's
how
I
understand
the history. So I'm not like mad, like, oh my god, badminton, like cool. But like, I'm sorry, and it's not like I'm not saying skateboarding isn't difficult. That's just not an Olympic sport to me.
We done with the 90s.
Like, skateboarding, Olympic sport.
Stop with that old world mentality, man. We done with the 90s. Come on, bro.
Yeah, sure. And also being proud to be Dutch, knowing who the Dutch had on their volleyball team is crazy, by the way.
I want to point out how nasty.
What did I miss, Mars? What did I miss?
They had a number 32 representing their country for volleyball.
He did his time.
Convicted number 32. No, he should not be representing a country at the Olympics.
So he went to jail. He went to prison. He went to prison.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And now he on the volleyball team.
Yes, that's disgusting.
I mean,
isn't that the point of going to prison so you can serve your time? And get back to
represented us, didn't he? I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
And you shouldn't be proud of that, in my opinion.
You are different. Nah, brother.
We got to keep it pushing. Adam West said the national anthem is 3-6 Mafia sipping on some scissor.
Hey, Ron, real quick, I just wanted to say, I think it's kind of crazy how breakdancing exists in this Olympics. The one in LA will not have breakdancing, which is tough because that's,
you know, they said it won't be there.
Yeah, they took out breakdancing and it was one other event. Hang on, let me.
Wait, wasn't this the first year they did breakdancing?
Yeah, I'm about to say yeah, and
Australia messing up everybody.
Yeah, so I told you it's not an Olympic sport. See, they realized they did it one time.
No, hold on. First off, if they're gonna bring it, come to LA. We got flag.
That's what I'm saying. You got to bring it to LA. That's what I'm saying.
Coming. No, you ain't gonna. No, not breakdancing. Crumping. I want to see a crumping Olympics.
Oh, crumping. Okay.
What are we doing?
I mean, that's interesting.
2003 swiping. No way.
When they see that Australian woman hit the ground,
I want to see Tommy the Clown refereeing.
Doing this.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Tommy the Clown refereeing, it's hilarious.
That's hilarious. They're gonna have tie-dyes in there.
They look, if they're gonna do it, a legacy moment. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this right now. I know for a fact. I'm not even playing about this. I want to see K-Dot. I want to see tie-dyes. I want to see all of them. Olympics, when they rolling out for that introduction, I want to see tie-dyes out there with his wife crumping in front of everybody. This is LA.
No, we don't want to see.
Yes, we do. It's LA. What you mean?
They not like us. They not like us.
This is LA.
Well, maybe y'all do.
I better see K-Dot. Hey, look. I better see K-Dot out there. I want to see everybody. Snoop.
Did Crumpin originate in LA?
Yes, 1,000%. It originated in LA. 1,000%.
Yes.
They didn't want the LA Olympics to have crip walking. That's crazy.
But I'm saying, but Domo, you don't think Dre, Snoop, all of them, they all got to be involved? It's LA.
That's gonna be.
That'd be hard.
I don't even like flag football being a part of it. Not gonna hold you.
Now that is well. No, let me not say that because South America has a lot of flag football teams. But I saw Jalen Hurts on the commercial and I kept looking. I was like, why is a football player opening up the ceremony? they're like on flag football. So, yeah, it makes sense. Especially women's.
Cultured Bandit said, "Shout out Team USA. Bandits really was in Paris." Shout out to Bandits.
Y'all on this bandit word, man. Y'all going crazy.
Very interesting.
Shout out all the bandits for real.
You know,
that's crazy.
Lego Rovers,
Naysayer.
Magic or Robinson in today's league?
Both of them.
We already got Robinson in this league right now.
Both of them.
Who is that?
Duncan. I'm sorry.
He said Duncan so fast. Domo wasted no time saying Duncan, bro.
I'm gonna fight
that
you.
is funny, man.
I swear I'm gonna put him in the sleeper hole. I swear I'm gonna put him in the sleeper hole when I see
Bro,
him.
I swear I just say stuff without thinking,
shit.
man. My fault.
It just comes out.
That's funny.
Duncan.
Lo and behold, Penn has sent through a super chat. Pensare Basketball said World Champs equals FIBA, which equals Germany. USA Olympic champs.
Against the best competition in the world.
So wait, is he saying we still not world champs? Are we saying
exactly?
He's saying FIBA. He's saying FIBA.
The conversation is pointless. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't care.
Only $2, Penn.
Keep on fighting.
You seen that?
Till the end.
You know we got to go to chat, right? Right, Swiper?
Jules said, been saying for almost a year, Ant and Tatum is a convo. But after watching the playoffs and the Olympics, Ant clears.
I really love how like we can watch
Ant
all
clears.
the same thing and people just will. I mean, look, if you think in a similar tier, but to say Ant clears Tatum, I just think it's just
they're not on the same level, Swiper.
I'm cool with that too, but I'm just saying, like, to say clears, it's not even close. Like he's just like he hadn't done anything.
Even besides that, not even accolades or anything, just basketball.
I mean, if you give him Drew Holiday and Derek White, I mean,
wouldn't have been. Never mind.
Could you put a sock? Could you put a sock in it, bro?
Please, Ron.
Please.
Enough already.
Please.
Enough out of you already, Ron.
If we had this conversation, if we had this conversation a year ago, y'all would be saying JT ain't shit either. You give him Derek White and Drew Holiday, now all of a sudden, hip hip hooray, Jason Tatum, this, that, and the third.
But the thing is, you can talk to me about Tatum, and I'm gonna be in the middle where it belongs. He is absolutely better than Anthony Edwards.
Him in particular.
I like Ant better, but Tatum is the better player.
So sick of Ron.
Just last year, Jason Tatum was
I swear, man.
He was a super team merchant. He was Jaylen Brown. He was Damo. It was two. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Ant's not a one.
Ant's not a one?
No, Ant's a two.
Okay, well then if you give Ant Drew Holiday and Derek White, he'll be
What's that? What does that mean?
Ron would rather make this stupid argument than read super chats. Like that's what's happening right now. We have 30 minutes to go. Ron is lying to everyone.
Just address that.
We addressed the super chat. We all said it was stupid.
How am I hating on Ant by defending Tatum?
Let's give this.
You said it was stupid. I don't agree that it was stupid.
With a straight face, Mars.
A $4 super chat.
Oh yeah, with a straight face, chill. Yeah,
everyone is in
agreement.
Lying to the people. Yeah,
I never said Ant cleared. All I said was the Timberwolves with Drew Holiday and Derek White will be the NBA champions. Is that not factual? Is that crazy?
That's great. What's the next super chat? What's the next?
Ron, did you not
Swiper?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just Swiper. When I say he's a two, and he's the second best player on the championship team. Peak. I don't think Ant's gonna be the best.
Not a two.
No, I understood fully what you were saying.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
Gotcha.
2 twos. That's heat. Indy City C said, "Has there ever been a gap between 1 and 2 in the NBA like the gap Asia has created in the W? Best offensive and defensive player.
Depending on who you ask, that's completely.
She's the best basketball player in general on the planet.
In the world.
She's the best basketball player on the planet. Anybody that plays basketball professionally, she's the best. That plays 5v5 basketball. You're right. You're right.
Who was it though? Who was it though? Chill. Who'd you say that there was?
In 1992, it was Jordan and then it was everybody else, and it wasn't close.
LeBron had that run too. Jordan had that run.
When did Bron have that?
I think it was in 13. I think it was
13.
James.
He was clearly the best, but from my knowledge, I think that gap wasn't as big as what Asia's doing. But my knowledge is very limited. So.
Asia gap is crazy.
About WNBA knowledge, you mean?
Yes. My knowledge is very limited, but it appears that Asia.
But who thought? But Okay, well, if we're doing that, then who thought anybody when Candace Parker walked in the league and won MVP? Who thought there was somebody close to her as second best player?
It wasn't.
I think she showed up in 2008. Was it
roughly around
2008?
I mean, Diana Taurasi was still.
Around Diana Taurasi's peak, around the GOAT's peak.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, but like
when she walked into the league,
but
she didn't clear Sylvia. She did not.
Candace never had this type of gap in the W, bro.
No, she didn't.
Maya,
for me, I don't think she ever did.
Maya.
I still don't. I can't say
Bird and Bird in '86.
But there are people that still think that's better than Asia though.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still people that thought that KD was better than Bron.
It couldn't have been Bird or Magic.
That's just racism.
Kareem in the early 70s.
Wait, you say Stewie? People think Stewie's the best in the world? Racism?
Yeah, that's just racism. That's all it is.
Agreed.
All right, y'all. Show Out Will said Adidas is built off track and field, not basketball historically.
Who's the best Adidas athlete? Kobe?
I thought it was soccer or football.
I think that is true.
I think their first ever shoe was a track shoe. I think, but I'm not gonna act like
well, you can say the same thing about Nike. I mean, Nike. Was
I'm gonna say I don't think that means it was built off of it though. Just because the first
running shoes, and then Jordan.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if you're gonna say where it started from, if it started with running shoes, then it would.
Besides Jordan, the best shoe Nike ever put out.
Oh, I was thinking was whatever was the big boom for like whatever made.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm assuming that's what he meant.
It depends the semantic. It is semantical, you know.
Yeah, I'm with Brax. I thought it was Run DMC.
Oh, that's interesting.
Lee Mack said Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson was probably the last time track was talked about.
Where have you been? I'm sorry. I don't know how old you are. I really don't. I'm not even being disrespectful either. You're tripping. Those early 2000s, that 96 to 2000s run that they went on was insanity. Yeah, Michael Johnson. Remember, the big thing with Mike was his shoes. Everybody named Mama wanted a pair of gold cleats. Everybody wanted gold cleats. And he had the chain, the upright movement. He ran against the mechanics of tracks every race. Smoked everybody. When he ran his last race in 1996, it was the most televised event of the year, basically. Like Michael
Johnson he ran the 9.9 on the turn. That was incredible back then. And on top of that, I did not know who Donovan Bailey was until him and Mo Green really got after it. Like when him and Maurice Green was really going after it, I started paying more attention to track. Not that I wasn't paying attention to it more, but I was paying more attention to it because we had a rivalry going on. So Carl Lewis and Ben Johnson, no, that's
I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but I'm just saying you can go through era. Maurice Green even after that, and then the lady that got caught with the PEDs, y'all know what I'm talking about. She did
Marion Jones.
Marion Jones. She was at the top of the board for a long time. Like everybody loved her. And then on top of that, I'm sorry, respect to Carl Lewis and them. Usain Bolt was way popular than any of them.
I'm about to say, I know I'm a super casual. I wouldn't even consider myself was beyond a casual because that's what I am. Usain Bolt was crazy. That was the first person I ever heard.
He came out of nowhere in 08, Damo. Literally came out of nowhere. Tyson Gay was supposed to run that era. Usain Bolt stepped on the court in the Olympics once. It was over. Ran a 9.9 for the first one, and then he ran a 9.7, then a 9.5.
Damo.
No, it was so bad. He was literally posing mid-race, like, "Yeah, I won." Like, I'm like, I've never seen no dominance like that.
We got to chill. We got to question because I got a gang of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will say,
but you want to stop on that cup.
But yeah, he want to go back stand on business for Tatum though.
All right, we got to get back around to that too. Show I will say he wasn't allowed to run the 4x4. He was negative yesterday.
I think you mean the 4x1, but. He got COVID on Tuesday. The 200 meters was on Thursday. He got cleared on Saturday or Sunday morning. He was partying on Sunday. That's 5 days of COVID. I don't know what's the big deal. It's pretty common.
Take your ass home.
I'm just saying, like if he was running a mile or something, I could dig it. But he's running a couple feet. He all right, bro.
Context I think they brought the wheelchair because it looked like he couldn't breathe, and they know he has asthma.
Well, you definitely don't want that. You definitely don't want nothing to happen to the brother. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't want nothing to happen to him.
Marcus FRM626 said, I had COVID before. It takes more than 2 days to get over with, and you will not have the energy to do a lot of the stuff Noah did.
Everyone's
when you find out
body is
people,
different.
Yeah,
bro.
when you find out some people die from cancer, but other people like recover,
live. Oh,
it's not the same for everyone.
It's not the same thing, bro.
Facts.
All I know is that was a hell of an entrance. That's all I gotta say.
Showmanship is one of his qualities. I like that about him.
Yeah. No doubt.
Show Out Will said his coach also died recently.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So he wanted to put it all on the line. He wasn't allowed to run the 4x4.
Damn, man. RIP.
Okay.
To Quay White said, Ron, you have to compete in the other 3v3 comps that are all happening during the NBA season. So NBA players will never be able to compete in the 3v3.
Man, go get Hezzy God, go get Michael Beasley and Jeff Teague, man. You got it.
Cooking.
Nah, we getting cooked.
The rule set is different. I don't know. Maybe you guys would still win, but
Brax the Bandit said they didn't want the LA Olympics to have crip walking.
Well, I'm sorry. If you're going to be in LA, you're going to take all LA. So I don't know what to tell you.
It's going to happen.
You can't whiteify LA. The reason LA is because of what it is. Because of
whiteify, I like that.
They better not wear no hats.
Could have just said ginger. I feel you.
Sim West 34 said, for context, I don't support any pedophile. He shouldn't have played. I'm just proud that we won 15 gold medals as a country with a population of 17 million.
Mm-hmm. I'd strip all of your gold medals.
I don't support, but I'm proud. Okay.
Damn. I don't know what y'all rules is over there, Dutch people. I mean, some freaks.
K Zerkai said Ant was amazing this Olympics. Best shooting guard in the NBA.
We did not watch the same.
We did not watch the same games. No, we did not.
No, we did not.
First of all,
I think he was good for the first 3-4 games.
Yeah, we just didn't watch the same Olympics.
So has
anybody? Yeah, anybody on this Olympic team that's under the age of 35 that's not Devin Booker is disrespecting me. So outside of Devin Booker,
I'm praising AD. I don't know about you.
And I'm praising Drew Holiday 100%.
I forgot about the bigs. I'm sorry, the old guys took over for me. I'm sorry. It's about the old guys, the ones we were joking about last year.
Yes, we were.
We don't need 35-year-old Curry. What is he 36-year-old KD? We don't need a 39-year-old.
What are they doing here?
Hell yeah.
I'm ashamed of myself. I'm 100% ashamed of myself. I cannot believe the things I was saying last summer. Oh,
what did you say last summer? What did you say last summer?
They said they didn't need LeBron in them.
We don't.
Yeah, y'all bugged on that.
That's what I was saying.
Y'all bugged out on that. Hell no.
I'm standing on an 8-foot soapbox saying why we need these old dudes. Let me get off that soapbox.
Let me take you another one, Chill. Can you please get off the other one? Please come down all of those soapboxes, please. Thank you.
No.
Yes, Chill.
No.
Yes, Chill. Please.
No,
please.
I won't.
What do you mean? No. How much more evidence do you need?
I won't. So anyway, Ron,
get back on your. Once you get back on your LeBron soapbox, he's been great. Get back on that one.
What soapbox is that? What soapbox is that?
The best. Say it with me. Small forward in the league.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean? No.
Go ahead. All right, man. Kawhi Leonard's still alive, Swiper.
JB Parisian said Balotelli was setting off fireworks in his room.
What?
He did some interesting things in his time.
And who was the American soccer player? I'm sorry, he was African, came to America at 16. Oh, Freddie Adu. Remember him?
Freddie Adu.
Yeah.
He's another one.
Abu, something like that.
Adu.
That's him. Yeah, he was like 16.
He was cold for a little bit, but then he just didn't step into the pros and just stopped growing a little bit.
It'd be like that.
He was 16, on the national team.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
He's back.
Show Out Will said, "How is it corny when a champ, when he a champ and not?"
Come on, Noah Lyles.
Mm-hmm.
You guys spoke about it for an hour.
Yeah, we did.
Lee Mack said, "And Bolt."
Shout out Bolt.
Mo said, "I walk all the time. Where's my medal?"
Walking from your couch to the fridge isn't the same.
Yes. And you don't speed walk neither. There's technique to that.
And
if you hungry,
a lot of things take technique. It doesn't make them Olympic sports.
Such as
Formula One driving.
Wait, that's not an Olympic sport?
It's not.
Oh no, you're saying shit. I'm saying, what are you saying about formula? It takes technique. Oh,
yes, it takes skill. It takes technique. It takes being in great shape, strength, all of those things. It's not an Olympic sport. Speed walking. I'm not saying that it's not difficult. It's not an Olympic sport.
Outside of Chill, who'd be the worst Formula One driver up here?
Me. You know how strong you have to be to do that?
Yeah,
I'm too young to drive. Like I actually couldn't be a Formula One driver. I'm too young to drive. So
we can work that out with you, Mars, depending on where you get your license.
Hey, but put me on a go-kart track though.
We could get your license in a different state though, Mars. We could in Idaho, 15 years old, you're allowed to drive in
whip a go-kart.
So we
Yo,
can do
chill.
that.
I know somebody up here I wouldn't let back out my driveway.
Ron
do
can't drive?
you know somebody specifically?
Ron can't drive, bro.
Do you know somebody specifically?
Want to put a name on that? Want to put a name?
I can't drive.
I've never seen somebody hit so many things.
Is it somebody specific, Ox? Is he in this room?
Who he be talking about for real?
Ah, bro.
Is he in this room right now, Ox?
Yo,
Ron, give me my damn keys for you tear my car. I need my car, man.
Chill.
What the hell you doing? Damn, yo.
Chill, I wouldn't do that to your car.
Tear my ride up, yo.
I'd only
do
do
his car.
Yeah,
Right,
he wouldn't do it to your car.
I would only do it to his car. That's it.
Tear my ride up.
That is
That's
hilarious.
crazy.
What you doing?
I knew Ron couldn't drive.
Tear the whole front.
But that insurance cooked.
Damn.
34-1 said, "Is Booker closer to Tatum than we originally thought?"
I don't really understand where the gap.
It depends. If you thought the gap was substantial, then yeah, I think you were probably wrong. But I still think Jason Tatum's the better player. The defensive versatility moves.
Yeah.
I didn't think that there was a huge gap between those two neither. No, I didn't.
So how big of a gap then is for you, Chill? If you got Tatum, so is Booker top 7, top 8 then?
I think before the season started, I think I had Devin Booker in the top 10 before the season started.
That means that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, I did.
I thought Devin Booker was gonna, if everybody was healthy, he would have like a top 7 this year, but they just didn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
I do think they're in different tiers, but I think Devin Booker is underrated.
I personally think Jason Tatum is better than Devin Booker.
Me too.
I do too.
I think they're in a different tier. I think Devin Booker's a tier below. I just think
who were people higher on past the playoff last year? People were higher on Booker, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm high on D Book. Like, don't get me wrong.
Nobody was really high on Jason Tatum off the strength of what he was doing, and the Suns were already out of the playoffs, despite what Jason Tatum was doing when he was doing all the work that he was doing with the Celtics. They still were high. It was just more hate on Jason Tatum than it was love for Devin Booker. That's what it was.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's funny though, Chill, because if you remember last summer, everybody was like, "Oh, well, Kristaps Porzingis isn't nothing. He can't do nothing." Drew Holiday, they got Drew Holiday, and now he got a super team. It's funny.
Well, right? Who said that though? People up here.
I'm Swiper. Hey, well, don't
I'm saying people up here
because then y'all want me to. Yeah, everybody. Swiper, everybody.
All I know is only one dude on the crew that made first team All NBA. That's all I know.
What does that got to do with anything?
KP's a bum. Drew Holiday's a bum.
But you realize that's why that makes the conversation more difficult than it needs to be.
No, it doesn't. And the reason why it doesn't make it more difficult is because the fact that now the All-Pro team has become positionless, which means
but Jalen Brunson finished higher MVP votes though. So how does that work? So he did.
I watched Robert Horry get more MVP votes than Kobe Bryant. Give me a break.
What year is this? What year is it? What year is it?
Probably like 98 or something.
Yeah. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So baby Kobe, that didn't make no sense to me.
So
both of their
Still
prime.
did it. And
Brunson and Tatum are in their prime.
That's what you're predicating this on.
No, it's not. I'm saying Brunson. This is the problem. You can if he's going to be the fifth best player on first team All NBA, Tatum would have been there. But then a majority of people said that more important, better this year was Jalen Brown. Jalen Brunson
was more important.
Jalen Brunson. So I'm saying, like, what? So what? Are they in similar tiers then?
Which is kind of interesting to me, considering what Jalen Brunson did with his crew being beat up, and the fact that Jason Tatum was the most durable on his crew. I thought that was interesting because Drew Holiday missed 15 games, Porzingis missed 26 games, but Jalen Brown and we're talking about a Boston Celtic team who won the most games in the league. So Drew Holiday missed almost 20 games. KP is another addition. He missed over 25 games. Jason Tatum was the most durable, and they still had the best record in the league. But Jalen Brunson was more important to his crew. Meanwhile, my team that I'm on, I'm the most durable. I'm the leading scorer. I'm the lead. I think he led them in rebounding too. And I'm here the most. We have the best record in the league. But this guy is more important to his team's success than I am to mine. That's interesting.
I think Tatum's a better player, Chill, but you could easily just say, well, if you look at how Brunson played, especially with Randall being their other on-ball creator going down, the offensive load he had to carry and how efficient he was with that load to where it wound up getting the Knicks as the 2 seed, you know, can move the needle in terms of who might have impressed you more in a regular season setting. I do think Brunson was a better offensive player than Tatum for the season, but defensively, I'm more moved by Tatum. So it's like, you know,
I just don't get how the same voters can have Jason Tatum first team and then vote Jalen Brunson above him in MVP. It's just backwards.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm on Mars 100%.
That's what I keep trying to say. Yeah. This stuff doesn't make sense.
This accolade shit got to stop being like the main focus when you're talking about hoops because it doesn't make sense.
Well,
that does not make sense.
These voters are humans just like me and you. Like, they're flawed. Like, the stuff doesn't make sense.
Chill. We saw Sabonis get MVP votes, defensive player of the year votes.
Let's use someone else other than Sabonis, man, because Oaks don't like that. I keep bringing him up.
Nah, bro, that Sabonis shit was nasty. I'm sorry.
Wait. MVP votes for DeMontis Sabonis are completely reasonable.
Fifth place MVP.
That's
vote?
reasonable.
Issue with that.
That's reasonable. Now, defensive
DPOY votes.
I don't think he deserves DPOY votes. I think he's a better. Hold on, real quick, Swipe. I do think he's a better defender than y'all say he is, but he didn't deserve any votes. But you know what I'm saying. But the MVP votes are 100% reasonable. Bro. That's reasonable.
He had a first team All NBA vote too. Shout out to
he deserved that, bro.
He had a first team All NBA, but he did have first team All NBA.
Shout out to that
and he deserved that too. 100% he did.
Sure.
Fellas, another super chat from Lee Mack said, "Fair. I stand corrected. I was wrong."
Yeah, what
W accountability, even though I don't know what that was about.
It was about
W accountability.
The track error. The track
in LA Flight. Okay. I know you're not talking. Not the way DeMontis be tearing AD up. Oh, don't you Lakers fans don't say shit to me about.
He does kill AD.
Wait, the way he be fucking AD up.
What is that about? Go. What is that about, Gifted? I don't get it.
I have no idea what it is. He be giving AD work.
The business.
This defensive player of the year. Y'all not. He ain't no defensive player of the year when he see DeMontis Sabonis. Y'all better shut that up.
I really don't get it, man.
You can't say nothing back to that.
The way we've been kicking y'all ass.
I don't stop. Yeah, I really don't. But he gives him.
He said that's a lie.
He said
big physical.
That's not a lie.
Mad Max Sports Talk said Ant was better than Drew. The disrespect stops.
Excuse my language, y'all.
I think you completely missing the point.
Whatever.
I think you think he's better than Drew as a player. Okay. I may not argue that. But to say the impact that Drew had on that Olympic team wasn't a bigger deal than what Ant was doing, it's completely false. Completely false. As star-powered as that Olympic team was, for Steve Kerr, for Coach Lou, for Coach Spo to say, I'm not sure about the rest of these guys, we'll figure that lineup out, but Drew Holiday need to be on the floor. In the meat and potatoes of games, he needs to be on the floor. That speaks volumes about him. Where we're all up here talking about a game where Anthony Edwards should have got the hook earlier than he did. And I don't mean in the gold medal game. We watched the semifinals game, and he should have got the hook way earlier. We didn't say that once about Drew Holiday.
All right, y'all.
Tell Sabonis to get some jewelry.
We're going to go ahead and take a lunch break right quick. Y'all just tap in.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never-frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great-tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code PlayersChoice50 at factormeals.com/PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
All right, fellas, we got a couple tweets from some celebrities that I just want to go ahead and put on the screen. And let's just acknowledge how they felt about the USA men's basketball team bringing home the gold. The first one is from none other than Barack Obama. He said,
that's President Barack Obama. Get it correct.
President Barack Obama. Okay. He said, last month, I had a chance to meet with the men's USA basketball team before they went to Paris. So proud of them for bringing home the gold. Shout out to the legends, King James, Steph Curry 30, and KD Trey 5.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Mr. President. Oh, and by the way, Ron, Mr. President, he one of us. 100% he is. He might be the president of the United States, but he's definitely one of us. Yes, he is.
Manu Ginobili tapped. What's up, Mars?
Nothing.
Manu Ginobili tapped in and said, congrats to the USA on getting gold again. Unreal game. France fought hard with way less weapons and had a strong chance if it wasn't for Steph's genius. Kudos. So much fun.
He was awesome. He was.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
All-time game.
Yeah, there's really
Manu still got more Olympic MVPs, though.
That's cool.
Mars, I really didn't know that this was a thing. I really didn't.
Yeah, because accolades don't matter. I'm with you.
I was taking a lunch break, man.
Your lunch break went over a little bit.
Carl Anthony Towns with a tweet. He said, this has to be one of the best shots I've ever seen. Degree of difficulty on this shot was off the charts.
Even though Steph has done that, like we've seen him do that more than once. Make shots.
I've seen.
He did it to the Houston Rockets routinely.
Shut up. That was a carry. I know the shot you're thinking about right now. It was a carry. Don't even
way tougher shots, man.
He did it to Houston Rockets routinely.
Yes.
But I know the one
do you mean more than once? Do you mean more than once skipped it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Routinely, he did it more than once.
No.
So I
don't care.
I'm happy y'all brought that up because I didn't want to be the hater earlier. I'm like, I'm not really impressed. I've seen this for like how many years have we been seeing this?
You become numb to greatness.
Yeah, I'm desensitized to Steph Curry doing stuff like that
because he's done it so much.
I'm not saying in the moment it was crazy. In the moment it was just crazy, especially in the tie of the game, like in the flow of the game. But comparing it to all the other stuff he's done, yeah, it doesn't compete.
I think the biggest part about the shot is mainly the fact that he scored the last 12 points on those ridiculous shots in a row, and that was the cap to like seal the game.
He gave us 51 in Game 7 in Sacramento.
He did do that.
50.
He did do that.
Inflate his performance was 50.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, don't give him an extra point. 50.
Dwight Howard said, KD the greatest Olympic player ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Schmidt scored 1,000 points.
Oscar Schmidt.
I've seen 0 of them points, but I know he scored 1,000.
Also, Baron Davis tapped in with a tweet. He said, LeBron is the best complete player we've ever seen.
He's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah.
You almost got me, Gifted. You almost did.
You
almost got me.
At his peak, I wouldn't argue with it. I don't know if I agree, but at his peak, I wouldn't argue. Now, I don't think he's the most complete, but 12 years ago.
He shouldn't be at this age.
Yeah, before someone get mad at me, he's 39. Right. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Now
he's not. Be. No.
He was the most complete player on Team USA this year.
Okay.
In the best league in the world. Amongst the best players in the world.
All right, bro.
The NBA is the best league in the world.
That's what I'm saying. He was the most complete player on a team of some of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, on that team, he did the most things. Sure,
not in the NBA on the team. Sure.
Yeah, in the NBA, I wouldn't say he was the most complete NBA player. But
he's still a top 5 complete player in the NBA, most complete.
Ron,
that's not what you said, though.
Take your sock off your foot.
Who would be more complete?
And do what with it? And do what with it?
Because I know he's trying so hard. He's going somewhere with this.
I'm out. No, I'm not. So I'm saying, was he the most complete player on this team? Yes or no?
And on the Lakers this year?
No, on Team USA.
On the Olympic team.
Was he not? You brought up he guarded Jokic. He led him in assists. He led him in points. He led him in rebounds. Was he not the most complete player?
I guess so.
Assists and
Okay, so if he's not if he was the most complete player on this team full of some of the best players, you would have to then look outside of this team. So you could say Jokic, you could say Giannis, you could say Luka, and then who?
Luka.
Dennis Schroeder? Well, I'm saying, okay, so if you're going to say that about Luka, then you have to say the same thing about Jokic. They're not more complete than LeBron. So then what? Is it left with Giannis?
I'm missing the
How did we get here? Did I miss something?
I don't know how the hell we got here. I really don't know.
We at the end of the show. But, LeBron the most complete player in the NBA.
Superchats, Ron.
Dama fell asleep in the car and woke up somewhere else.
I swear I was listening. Sorry, go ahead.
Show Out Will said Luka got 8th MVP voting 2022-23. Who cares?
It's because he missed the play.
Yes, he did.
But yeah, he wasn't the 8th best player in the world. But well.
Show Out Will said Ty Lue was heated past 3 games. I noticed and found out he's Tatum's cousin. LOL.
Yeah, that's true. Which is funny.
W cousins.
W bloodline. Yeah.
All right, y'all. It has been an amazing show. We will be back tomorrow morning. Until then, y'all be easy. And I'll see y'all at court tonight.
Put a sock in it, Ron. That's what you do.
Good episode, people.
Put a sock in it, Ron.
Hey, chill. If I would have said Tatum was the most complete player,